Welcome everyone to another RGL cast. My name is Jared. I'm here with Space Coast to bring you guys The Darkest Nights versus Witness Gaming. And this is RGL Invite 6's Season 13, Stage 2, Upper 2, and we have reached the midpoint of the season. And for this era of Invite, it means, yes, Stage 2, the point at which you take your record, your league standings from the first part of the season, and use it to get some new opponents for the second part of the season, bracket style, starting to play opponents that are closer to you in the standings, so you can figure out at the very end of the 4 weeks who will be at the top and who will be at the very bottom. Got a lot of really intense matches that are actually starting earlier than previous times of playoffs, or of prepping for playoffs in regular season. Since most of these matchups we're going to be seeing are teams that are actually pretty close to skill level and not like Seed 1 versus Seed 8 or anything like that. So it's going to be a jam-packed portion of the season, and it is definitely going to be a very exciting space. I'm pretty sure that a lot of us are anticipating this rematch after, the happenings of last week.
Yeah, indeed. After the happenings of last week, this should be a pretty good rematch. We do have a nice best of 3 tonight. Starting out on CP process, we definitely got some banger TF2 coming up. I got some ringer shenanigans going on amongst other things as well.
Yep, that's true. We're going to be a whole lot of stuff to get into, but like Space said, the BO3, it is a BO3 first off. Regular season BO3s. Didn't catch the memo from last season. That is the wave right now. And it's going to be Process, and then Metalworks, and then Sultry. You can go ahead and see who picked and banned what on the screen right now. You can definitely see the first thing that's gone right off the bat is Sunshine. Darkest Nights were not interested in doing a rematch, and as well, which is kind of interesting why they picked Process, which they're kind of sister maps, but they are slightly different, so maybe it's the very slight things that matter, and their final, product ban gonna definitely make sense. A lot of the players I don't think are necessarily huge product fans, and then the wildcard Sultry pick will definitely be a treat if we get to a third map. But there's also the Witness Gaming picks and bans as well.
Yeah, if we look at the map span, we do see that Darkest Night's going for kind of like 2, I guess, scout-ish maps. Process definitely a pretty nice scout map, whereas Witness Gaming kind of go for Metalworks, which is, I'd say, the opposite. Metalworks definitely one of the more scout sad zone maps, if it's allowed to play that way. So I guess it makes sense there's a bit of a theme and pattern there. Although Witness banning goalie at the end, maybe that throws a torpedo in my theory.
It definitely shows that their picks and bans are less about like thinking about specific classes on their team or the other team,
they prefer.
And it's more about individual, like their preference, or maybe some individual strategies based on some nuanced stuff, like what has to do with the map, like Metalworks and Gully Wash, or to be known as Scout Prison to a lot of players, depending. But you see a pick of one and a ban of the other. It just comes down to, you're not thinking about the class at that point. You're thinking about, like, for this particular mid, are we good at it? Are we pretty good at holding last? Do we know how to do pushes right? Can we, like, sack or defending at sacks properly? The whole 9 yards. So, definitely it's going to be interesting to see when it comes to the picks in particular, what they have in store, because you're definitely going to be coming prepared as you only really got to ban one thing before, the opponent really got to, pick their first best or second best map.
You have like one bullet to dodge, and after that it's, you're going to have to at least take something. And I do agree, I think it's interesting that this is where I feel like not being good at King of the Hill can really come and bite you, is when you get to these BO3s. Because if you look, like, if the Darkest Nights aren't, like, the first pick here, if they don't get that first ban, and they get to choose the map, and Bagel's still in the map pool, so if they're not, like, a comp team, they might just end up getting saddled with Bagel. Or else you have to waste 2 of your bans on comp, which is kind of crazy.
They are a DM team, though, so it kind of makes sense why, Witness Gaming, it just seemed like they didn't ban it, because they weren't like afraid of it, but they definitely didn't touch it. So
yeah,
this comes down to your preference, and I guess both these teams are probably focusing more on themselves and less on their opponents, which is a totally viable thing to do, honestly. I mean, there's different ways to approach the pick bans. You can either know for sure what a team's weakness is and play into it, even if you're average at a map. And it's not about how good you are at a map, it's how good you are relative to your opponent. So you can pick an okay map of yours if you know they're bad at it. Picking a map you're really good at might not matter that much if they're really good at it too. But and in the end, I admire the confidence of being like, no, we're doing our own thing. We don't care about you guys. We're just playing our best map, and that's how we're gonna win. So we'll see how that treats both these teams. But it is important to go over the rosters, as I think there has been at least one roster change, or maybe one or two, compared to last week. And if you weren't even here last week, then there's even more. that you might not be familiar with. I'll go ahead and go over the Darkest Nights roster. It is Zam and Gungan on Scout, High Five and Dingo on Soldier, High Five replacing Kev, Sai on Demo, and Speedy on Medic.
And for Witness Gaming, we have Logan and Gwendolyn on Scout, Kev and Quacks on Soldier, Caps on Demoman, and Hubba on Medic. And yes, you read that right, Kev is on Reading Soldier for Witness Gaming tonight.
Yeah, I don't think Fruit is here. Kev's not on the roster. I don't think he's joining, per se. I mean, you could obviously ask them, but he's not on the roster. Fruit's still on it. I think the days that you can play, because it's a bracket schedule now, like, you can't just, oh, I want to postpone this match to next week. No, you can't do that. You kind of just have to play it, like, when you can. Fruit probably can't play, but it is funny that that Kev is playing his old team not even like a week after departing.
You think Kev knows all his strats? It's process, so probably not really.
I mean,
I
it's
don't
process.
I don't think. And what's the second map? It's
Metalwork.
Metalworks. Yeah, I don't think there's any like secret tech Kev can unveil. They're like, oh, you know, they ruined our strategy because Kev knew what we were gonna do. It's like, he's probably familiar, but I think at this point in Invite, everyone should be familiar with everyone each other.
Yeah, I mean, maybe knows some player tendencies in terms of like how often you're gonna try to go behind for back caps. Like, do you bait or do you go full on aggressive? Like, stuff, maybe small things for when he takes like little skirmishes or fights that'll help himself. But I don't know if we don't necessarily anything that helps the overall team. It might just be his performance that helps the team in general. But we'll see. I mean, the last time we saw Witness Gaming, they were not looking too hot on process. And this was not their map pick. But the last time that they played Darkest Nights, they were in the lead 2-0 at the end of the 30-minute mark. So it's kind of...
Do we even bring up the incident?
I'm not even going to bring up the incident that happened after the 30-minute mark. I'm just going to focus on the fact that it was a 30-minute 2-0. Let's call it that. And even though that's not what the score was, it was a 30-minute 2-0. In reference to that, talking about this matchup, a little bit of give and take, and where the last time you met up, you did a pretty good job at, getting a lead, but last time you played this map against a team that's lower on the rankings, Global Clan Fire at 4th seed, you got washed out completely. Yeah. So it's like, with that in mind, where do you put the scores for the finale here after the hopefully with the right config, you go to the infinite overtime and then see what happens. But what do you think the score is going to be overall for this map in particular?
Well, I don't think there's going to be any major disasters because we're not playing Sunshine, and that seems to be the cursed map. I don't know what it is, but it's the Sunshine casts that always end up taking 2 hours. So I think, hopefully, knock on wood, we've avoided that bullet. But for the time being, I'm going to say, at least for process, I'm going to actually think that Witness Gaming might be able to run it back. I think that the fact that it's in here means that, or I guess they didn't really have an option, so they kind of had to play it. But I'm gonna say they're actually gonna run it back. I'm gonna say like a 3-2 Witness Gaming.
I think something somewhat similar.
I don't know if they're gonna win, but it's definitely gonna be closer.
Here's what I know for sure. I don't think Witness Gaming is going to play fast. I don't know if it'll be slow, but I don't think it'll be fast. So I'm not expecting like it going to 5.
Yeah, neither am I.
I do give a little bit of leeway towards the Darkest Nights because this was their map pick, and they obviously like have some sort of idea going into this. I don't think we were too impressed how the last time we saw Witness Gaming play this map in particular, but that's plenty of room to grow. I will give the edge to Witness Gaming based on their previous victory and give them the benefit of the doubt for improving on this particular map. But I think it's going to be a 2-1. I think this is going to be a slog where it's like
I can see process last.
You spend an entire 4 minutes to break any stalemate.
I feel like a broken record, but process last definitely. We've seen some things on process last. It just sometimes it's a little just too hard to push.
Yeah, it'll scar you, but the good news is hopefully the good news is we'll be able to see one eventually. But who knows what'll happen after this mid fight? You could just find yourself on a stalemate between mid and 2 forever as they jump back and forth and leapfrog. But before we even get into that, we do have to get into the first mid here on process between the Darkest Nights and Witness Gaming.
Sai already taking a bit of damage. Him gonna get kind of flushed out a bit by the luck, and actually they're still very aggressive from the blue side. They're just getting on their crates, and Red's playing one of their passive back mids. Dingo is behind, so they have to be careful of that. And Caps looks like he is. Oh, Caps actually gonna bomb forward. Now it's Blue who's on the thing. Dingo still behind, trying to cause some mayhem, but they are aware of it.
Yeah, it seems like they try to have some aggression from the side of Darkest Nights, but Zam went forward without a soldier actually helping. I think the timing might have been a bit wrong. There was no soldier bomb. Maybe he was supposed to be Dingo and he was stuck. but that led to Zam's overextension and death, and it's going to be the one thing that happens that allows them to get the point. But Kev, bombing in, found some room through IT, one rocket onto speed. It's a nice rocket, but the second one will not come out to actually hit him, so...
Dingo's still behind.
Takes
He's
the
drawing a
payload.
lot of eyes. He's at least being kind of a nuisance, something they have to deal with. And he made 2 people look at him and didn't die, so... I think he's doing his job so far. They're gonna try to stream it through truck as Dingo's behind, but he's getting tied on Logan, and Sai's gonna die as well. They're gonna have to exchange. It is just a solo onto Gungan, but we'll have to see how much they can do here, as they don't have the numbers to really fight this.
Yeah, I mean, Zam went in for a play, was able to get capped, so that's gonna be pretty big.
Crater.
Buying some time as well, and overall, just a couple scout duels other side of the map. Gwen and Gungan doing the exact same thing, but will not lead to a death there. You know, they tried their best, but the Darkest Knights, they expended way too many resources, got so little to show for it, so not only are they going to be losing 2, but actually they try to fight it? No, just spamming it. Okay, they're playing it safe. They're just seeing if they're going to be able to do anything greedy, but not only have they gotten pretty much a free second, but they technically have ad as well for the side of Witness Gaming. I don't even know if this was supposed to be, like, real ad. I'm pretty sure Speedy used first, so he should have ad, but maybe he wasn't healing or something. But either way, how about a 95%? If they don't push, then I guess that's probably why they didn't expect it to be a full ad. But yeah, they have it now. They're trying to spam. Yeah, they shouldn't have ad. Speed just wasn't healing.
Kevin Quacks got nuked by Dingo. Like, they actually almost double died to it. Speaking of which, there's gonna be a sack in, and actually they're gonna get Quacks off of the damage from Dingo from earlier. So down both soldiers. That is going to open up a bit of an opportunity, maybe, if Darkest Knights want to peek out here.
Yeah, they're thinking about it. Oh, Gungan immediately falling. Dingo might find an angle. Wasn't quite hitting the mark there. So 3 down for the side of the Darkest Knights.
Logan's in.
Scurrying back to Glass and Logan. The A's poking around. Same with the side of Gwen over on the 4 side. And now they're actually streaming through these doors, trying to buy as much room as possible. But they have to be quick. 3 seconds until the entire team of Darkest Knights get their spawn. Gwen, the pocket scout for the side of WG, is the first one to fall. Kev as well, as the spam is enormous on the side of 3. They're losing Logan. They might even have to pop it. Drop happens from the side of Havana. It's only Cap left alive, and he quickly falls as well. They were so disjointed. The timing was so off. I mean, I talked about it before, is Witness Gaming, sometimes, you know, they have this bit of a not fast, more slower play style, and the opportunity, not only was it lost, but completely squandered with a full life Uber loss, and all they have to show for this is maybe Gwen. No, Gwen can't even get a snipe from the forward spawn. They're all the way back to their own 2 with disad at that.
Yeah, they did get the force at the end, so at least it's not like Omega disad, but they are down like around 30%. So if Darkest Knights want to take this in, they can. They have the opportunity. 30% off process is doable, but they got to be careful they don't get into, you know, some kind of wonky leapfrog situation.
Yeah, they know it's not that huge, so their options are probably demo bobbing through the choke or going Al-Qaeda early, and it seems like they're poking early at 75%. Question is, will Witness Gaming recognize that they can be a bit greedy here and stay just a tiny bit longer? I think they probably know that the ad isn't this big, and yeah, they're not hightailing it out of here quite yet. Definitely showing face and trying to fight some people, and Dingo, a bit weak. Yeah, tried to initiate through the IT area, was not successful, but still had life.
Ooh, that's a
bomb
commit.
Comes in. Okay, force comes out, Quack's able to do the job, and it seems like they're trying to stay. They have Uber, Havana with the squad, both scouts over by the side 1, trying to reclimb Spire, and there's a lot of presence on the side of the IT for the side of Darkest Knights, but at the end of the day, everyone backs up. They recognize that they're unable to really do anything besides maybe get a little bit of ground, and maybe we'll, you know, probably see them at least buy a little bit of time for Quack's respawn for the flank's sake, but it seems like they're taking it slow here through choke.
Yeah, they're gonna get through choke. Dingo's gonna bomb onto Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn not prepared for it, gonna die to Zam as Dingo making some space. Cap's gonna fall too, means that down a demo, they do have Uber Red, but they're gonna have to post up on second. And this could be tough. Darkest Knights, if they wanna get this Uber or go for a force, they have the option to. The ball's in their quarters. Dingo, he's gonna go bomb in. Actually, he's gonna fake bomb out, but they're taking up space. Look how much space they're giving up.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the red team still wants to kind of fight this. They end up having Uber to use, and it is technically ad if they
Kev
are
looks
too
like he wants to
aggressive from
go.
the side of the blue team. Yeah, they definitely want to at least get this frag on a Dingo who's overextending a bit, you know, give up his life for that. But Uber finally reached from the side of the blue team, unable to successfully get the force, but that's a quote-unquote sack, I guess, from them. So counter-sack opportunity from the side of Witness Gaming, but the timing's a bit weird. The poke around through the choke, they're having a lot of room here. Size is not that aggressive, and they're taking some damage back and forth, but nothing to really collect to kill. They get packs and arrows galore, and it seems like no counter-sack opportunity is going to be found for the side of Witness Gaming as they cut their losses. They got the Dingo frag, and that's going to, you know, buy some time at least a little bit for a reset, as we are, you know, halfway through the timer. So Darkest Knights, they only have so many opportunities here to really break this stalemate as it stands right now. See some bombs coming in, predicting the timing of it, but will not find so much luck as Quacks has to jump back, and it seems like they're entering the side of Sewer. for the most part for the side of the Darkest Night, trying to get an angle, but no initiation yet. They're really biding their time
There's
here.
only a minute 30 seconds left, so they can't buy too much time, or else it's just gonna reset. And I think, you know, all those back and forths ended up favoring WG in terms of, well, like, I don't know, would you rather be holding second in the maneuvers or fight a mid? I guess it's a philosophical, existential kind of question, but...
Yeah. I guess it depends on how confident you are at your mid. Bombs are coming in, fake bombs at that, though. No committing from either team on any player. They're just spamming for now. They're maybe trying to get some damage on the Hubada, so it's easier to get the actual force. And they find Caps alone, unbeamed, thinking maybe kill him, but surfs away. Unable to find a second rocket onto him. Dingo is going to die once again. 1 minute left until it is a mid reset. And when it's gaming, they're approaching the chokes. Kev's a bit weak, so he's probably not going to be able to counter sack. And oh, holy pipes. On to Cap's going to get him a bit weak, need some arrows, and that's going to delay Quax's buff. So with all the damage done to all the explosive classes towards Witness Gaming, that's going to completely prevent them from counter-sacking once again. As you know, these Dingo sacks aren't that working, but
they're going
Witness
IT
Gaming
with
can't even
heals.
counter-sack in the first place, and this might be the last hurrah of this IT play
Gungan's
coming
behind
from the side of Darkest Knights.
Oh, well, Gungan behind. He's actually going to get in. They're going to get the force. Blue team not going to pop their
Speedy
Uber,
used
but...
alone in IT. He's just running alone Ubered.
I was looking around, I didn't see any Ubered players, but I guess they had to leave that way. As Dingo's gonna fall, Logan is gonna fall as well, and it's gonna be 3 down for the side of the Darkest Knights, and they're just gonna have to leave. They're in choke, backing up, and they're gonna lose mid with 14 seconds left on the round timer.
They two-manned through IT, but there was no tertiary player to run Speedy out, so as he tried to get out of IT, he caught way too much spam and just had to use. So lost opportunity, couldn't use that as an opportunity to like go forward and get frags, or like work your way over to grass safely with speed, but you know, gonna be a thorn on their side, that reminder of the small misplay that started off pretty good and then kind of fell flat. So Witness Gaming, they able to take the best use of the situation at hand, and now the script is flipped. Logan on Sniper, this time inside of Sewer, the first Sniper we've seen so far.
Oh,
The first
there we
shot
go.
rings out, high five. Gonna drop down to the floor,
Being
and
a soldier
that's
is
gonna be an
tough.
opening pick.
That's tough, because that's one less spamming class. And
Oh,
oh,
and
Dingo's
Dingo-
dead. Dingo got
he's out.
body shot
He's
as he
out of
tried
there.
to bomb, and Blue team might just have to back up here in exchange, and they're backing up. Oh, he has he hit the 50, but he isn't able to hit the 150. And Logan's just sitting here having, they get Caps, a little bit of a courtesy pick, but in the end, that's pretty much a free second point. You know, that's pretty, other than losing your demo, that's, yeah, I think you take those.
Yeah. Can't let the Sniper take shots forever, though. Gonna definitely see some spam coming from the side of the Darkest Knights, wherever he rotates to. Lobby seems the choice right now, and they're actually initiating at least a little bit. Final Rocket does not quite hit Gungan, so he is able to escape, go ahead and get some heals, and Size holding down the front will cause Witness Gaming to back up and just go ahead and reset, re-heal. They had at least 2 or 3 players that are red HP and definitely want to heal those up. Got at least a little bit of time to continue to work Logan, as now the door of choice is 1. As they got the whole squad here. Got a little bit of spotting towards lobby. I think it's going to be Kev's job, but the rest of the gang, pretty much round 1 and 2, see if they can bait someone to get a little bit too close, trying to thwart Logan, but I think Logan, yeah, he's realized that this door is not looking too pretty right now. So back to lobby we go, as you know, trying to see if you can find someone through 3 or 4. And he does
Speaking
find
of
Gungan.
which, they do find someone through 3 or 4. They find Gungan on the scout, which means there's only one hit scan player, and that is the engineer with the gun. But that gun's in a pretty good spot if they want to actually get in. They're actually going to
And
get
it's
the gun.
immediately dead.
It's immediate. And oh, Logan's peeking through 1, and he's just, oh god, he doesn't hit the shot, but he's able to back up. And this, I feel like they're slowly crumbling watching the Darkest Night. So they're just slowly getting grounded all these doors. They get the gun again, so there's no gun to shoot. There are players hurt for this side of Witness Gaming, but they just can't get the gun up. They get a Buddhist gun against it again to Logan. Logan's just having the time of his life on Sniper here, getting it.
I really feel like I'm really surprised Witness Gaming has not one man to soldier this entire time. You had the gun spam down. You had the heavy headshot.
that
you
demo
have a
dead.
demo man kill. They got to do something. Someone commit on to Speedy. Kev's finally going to get through the door.
Oh, High Five's gonna fall too.
1v1.
Oh, he's so hurt. High Five's
Trying
gonna
to
die to
streamline
spam.
in. Now they're getting some frags, but they've lost too many themselves. It's a bit of a scrappy fight. It might not be exactly favorable. Hubada actually has no target and is just leaving. Well, what could have been an ample opportunity for Witness
Look at
Gaming
Logan staring at the
from the
medic.
lack of aggression.
Oh, he
Logan,
misses.
yeah, might find his way out, maybe. They're not really bombing him. They're a bit afraid. Dingo down to 12 HP will survive, and at the end of the day, opportunities for both teams been a bit too risky on either side to actually fully commit into anything, I suppose, as you know, nothing, like at the end of the day, nothing really happened. No Ubers expended, a couple people lost, but we're right back to square one. Just a gun not being up is the only thing that's different.
Yeah, the gun up being up, and speaking of which, the gun is gonna come up, gonna be level 1 right now on the point, so it is spammable, but they have to be careful. I feel like Witness, they're getting, sorry, not Witness, Darkest Nights are gonna be anxiety with, like, how much space they're giving up just over time, you know what I mean? They're letting Logan take all these shots, and, like, maybe they'll, you know, it won't happen again, but Logan got, like, what, 3 picks trying to get in there? That
Something
should be
like
enough
that.
to have something happen, but...
The good news for them, though, is even when they get those picks, it doesn't seem like Witness Gaming is actually willing to run through the doors. But they don't need to. Logan just peeks a random door and drops Speedy. No Uber available from the side of the Darkest Nights, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Witness Gaming just go right now. Screw the buffs. They have no heals either. Just go.
Yeah.
Just walk through a door. Walk through a door. They're immediately in. Going onto the gun. No stickies on top of the point. Barely getting replaced right now. Is they're actually not favoring the
no
cap time.
point time.
They want this soldier kill. They're trying to chase him down instead of getting the cap time to bring the soldier to them, and that might be a pain in their side. They're trying to get it now. They're streamlining through. Darkest Knight trying to defend their point. Only so much left, and they are able to indeed get it. It took a bit to get the cap time, but at the end of the day, they were able to get enough damage and cap time to go ahead and collect that point, and going to be up 1-0 at the start of this second mid.
You said had the potential to be a very slow game, and I think that was as slow as possible. You could push last and do it successfully. That was like very they really took their time there. Made sure all their I's were dotted, T's crossed, etc.
Definitely very methodical, but we'll see how this mid fares. As last mid, we only saw one person die, and it wasn't even because they like got super damaged. I mean, I think the timing was just off for the side of the Darkest Knights. They're going in now, able to get the kill on the cap. Speedy will fall though. Doesn't he get fragged by Kev? So no beam available for the side of the Darkest Knights. As the rest of Witness Gaming trying to streamline their way out of out of mid into 2. They know that everyone's going forward, and Gungan trying to put some down onto Glenn will not succeed too much as they both end up living, but even though this cap might go the side of the Darkest Knight's way, Witness Gaming are in a favorable opportunity to go ahead and re-push this immediately. They know there's no buffs. They know there's no
the damage.
Be careful.
Kev is doing so much
damage, and Dingo will be the first to fall. Logan's gonna get his trade killed, and both scalps inside each other's models. The final rocket from one of the soldiers almost kills Gungan, but he lives at 2 HP and gets the arrow, but losing 2 there for the side of the Darkest Knights is not really what you wanted, because this cap's gonna turn. No forward spawns for you, and even though Logan's dead, there's still a full Uber out available for Hubba. They're at choke. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're at choke and they're ready to go. Looks like they might just try to walk this in. Yeah, I think they're looking at the Darkest Knight's positioning and saying, hey, we can just walk in and not use. That's just a good look. Cap's gonna fall. Sai gonna get 2 kills. They lost 2. They're gonna get high 5 for it, but not much as Sai pretty much single-handedly locking that one down, getting the demo and a sticky kill.
Yeah, the execution of that from the side of Witness Gaming kind of throws everything in the trash can, as now the Darkest Knights have an ample opportunity. Oh, ceiling Quacks got juggled upward and wasn't able to actually surf out because of the awning above his head, so immediately another death as soon as Darkest Knights enter mid, and they're still holding on here. They're trying to hold and choke.
They're getting their spawners.
Hubba barely 60 HP, has to complete evade. Trying to arrow up Caps. Oh, the nice pipe from Sai leaves Logan in the dark and will get cleaned up, so no scout available from the side of Witness Gaming once again. As another capture point, another free point. Streaming forward through the choke, trying to make ample opportunity of the picks they have. Some spam coming out from IT as well. High 5 is pretty much completely through. Gungan supporting him. Both soldiers are not that in a good position right now, but they will actually be able to get Quacks. Yeah, High 5 will be the first to fall in this engagement. Yeah, that's going to be enough for the side of the Darkest Knights. Gungan might die, trying to get out.
Oh, he might be caught here.
Yeah,
there's a buff scout fighting him. He actually does hit some nice shots, but in the end, he's going to fall. As they do get the force in the meanwhile. Nice little sack from Quacks, going to come in, get the force, and now they have full Uber out again, trying to push mid.
Yep. Pretty ample opportunity. 5v5, mind the trap, might kill Caps. No, he's fine for now. Nice damage between the chokes, but
give me a little anxiety bombing into the demo pipes, but manages to live.
No fear.
Yeah, no fear. Honestly, that is pretty good. Not having fear is generally can be quite effective. As both soldiers are going to bomb, they're going to have to use just to get through this door. They're going to get high 5 off of it, but not much else as appears. Everyone else is able to get away scot-free. Gungan almost falling, but going to get bowed, going to live in. Darkest Knights back on last again, and it feels like this is slowly just crumbling away from them.
They're trying right now while High 5's still dead. Zam's up on heavy, that might be a bit hard, but
maybe crumbling faster than I said. There is a Putis in the forwards though, and there's a lot of hurt players might have to back up off of the Putis.
Yeah, Gwen might get chased down now. Team's fully there, so Gunningham is the one that has to be careful, take some damage himself. But they know this ad is available. Both these teams, they know what's about to happen. As Darkest Knights 100% has been the thing, and they are going through lower, popping
Oh,
through,
immediate
immediately not
bump.
taking it slow. Sai in very deep, will get the reflash, will not die, and some damage onto Gwen, but not really enough. Actually, Sai, the post over, his positioning a bit too far forward, just gets cleaned up by the side of Caps as they're on top of the point. Now
High
trying
Fives
to
is
Cap,
bombing
despite
behind.
not having a demo man. High Fives behind, is gonna not find the pack, finds Kev, retreating out of IT to make sure he's cleaned up, and I mean, they did that bomb through lower, they got some damage, but end up losing 2 of their own, and this is going to be a dry immediately from the side of Witness Gaming, streamlining through 4, able to get the gun down, Uber comes out, no stickies on top of the point, Speed dying as well, so no beam. This seems like a pretty clear-cut re-push and victory of the round for the side of Witness Gaming. 2-0 in their favor.
It does 2-0 so far, and it feels like Witness Gaming, they're just slowly pushing them back. There's these little, like, micro advantages they get, or they get a big advantage, and they don't like, they do dry and they do that kind of stuff, but it just feels like Darkest Nights make one mistake and it just like it slowly starts unraveling for them.
Yeah, a bit of a crumble situation, but we'll see if there's salvage on the horizon for them, as we are at a repeat of what happened last time they've played, but only like 13 minutes earlier. As another mid-fight, we'll see who controls the higher ground, is able to make things a bit easier for themselves. Seems to be Darkest Nights this time around, but some soldiers are
getting some damage from Kev.
Pretty aggressive positioning from the side of the red soldiers, and they're actually going behind and doing fake bombs, trying to put the pressure on.
I don't know if they know
Kev's
Kev's behind. He's managed. Oh no, okay, Gungan knows. Let's spot it out. Kev's gonna do a nice job though, drawing a lot of eyes, and that's gonna make a lot of room for Quacks to get in. Kev's gonna bomb it, and he is gonna get Speedy. Zam's gonna fall as well, but in the meantime, it's just still gonna lie.
High Five gets a salvage on the Caps, and then Hubba, and who almost lived at 1 HP, but at the end of the day, a lot of people lost, but Pyrrhic victory for the side of Dark Science. Gave up a lot, able to get this Cap. Probably can't really get to, actually, I guess Speedy died a bit early, maybe they can poke, but I guess it remains to be seen. They're expecting the stalemate then. I know that even though Hubba died like a bit late, it's still much of a shorter walk, so it's gonna be, it would be a like kind of coin flippy to push to. I mean,
I like the preemptive sniper here though. They know they're gonna at least try to fight you, so if the sniper gets an opening pick, then you could just potentially dry this into second, depending on who he gets. He's gonna miss the first shots. They do know there's a sniper now, so now it's up to Witness Gaming to see how their like anti-sniper hold is.
Yeah, and there is like technically like a 10 ad here that would be extremely hard to use, but if you get close enough as a team to try to block the sniper from peeking, that puts you in like a range where 10 ad doesn't seem that bad anymore. But they're over-hugging this left side wall from the side of Witness Gaming, focusing a lot on IT and having choke controlled, but Zam's still taking shots, will finally rotate out as seems the 10 ad has disappeared, and back to 100% for both teams as Witness Gaming, they gotta eventually do something. They have to, it's okay to find the timing. Obviously Zam's not peeking right now, so they can take a breather, but and you can't just let him take shot after shot. Will have to make some moves eventually, otherwise one of your teammates will fall, so I'm kind of curious to see what their avenue is going to be for that. I think Zam's poking around IT, thinking that someone would want to peek it,
he's 12.
Caps
so he
on the
edge
rock.
mode. Okay, Gwendolyn's gonna fall potentially for Cap's sins, but Cap's meanwhile he's so far forward.
And High Five just out here. Somebody out here living.
People aren't dying and they should be dying. Quacks is gonna fall. Kev's gonna fall. That's Caps is gonna live despite. I feel like Cap should have died like 50 times during that fight, but Caps lives at the expense of potentially his soldiers.
And both blue team soldiers that were at 12 and 11 health respectively, unable to get cleaned up, and that could have been the tides turning if they're able to get one of those. But Cap once again dying.
Oh, they dropped Logan
as well. They're going for an Uber exchange, Witness Gaming, but they're losing everyone on the back line. They've lost 3 players and they haven't even gotten the force out just yet. They will finally pop to make sure the side doesn't die, but Gwen has to give up her life for that. Only 2 left alive from the side of Witness Gaming, and they're barely even up here to actually block the point in time. Kev will try, but too much of a daunting task, as another round will happen, but this time for the side of Darkest Night, leading the game 2-1 in Witness Gaming's favor.
Good sniper from Zam. You know, 0 kills, but very high impact in terms of High Five asking.
It made them play differently.
It did. Sniper does make you play differently, and sometimes even that can just open up other opportunities for players. High Five asking, what was up with that 2-man?
Yeah, he on 2, High Five should have died. He was just jumping around as a soldier with low movement speed, like trying to not get peppered down at 11 HP, and they failed to kill him. So I think I think he has a reason to be confused. That was a dead soldier, and he did not die somehow. Same can be said for Dingo inside IT. So we'll see if Witness Games is able to clean up things better this time. But Caps will once again be the first one to die in some of these skirmishes. I think that's 3 skirmishes in a row where as soon as the fight breaks out, Caps is just dead. So it seems like they've had his number, and they got to go back to the drawing board with their positioning. But High Bomb trying to predict it from one of the red soldiers, but does not pick the door correctly. Instead, looping around.
Wait,
the High Five will indeed die. They're going behind. Sai might
He's gonna be on
here.
the Sai. Oh, but Sai turns. Can he get Sai? No, Sai gets bowed. And they're gonna get Hubda.
Dingo in the back lines, able to kill Hubda as he entered through grass, and no heals or Uber from the side of the red team. Logan over by the side of Al-Qaeda trying to poke around and see if he can get some sort of cheeky play. Gets the one nice shot in the Zam, but not much else will indeed fall. And
Gwendolyn is behind, and Gwendolyn's actually having a little bit of a back camp going on right now. But High Five, can High Five win this? High Five can win that versus the Scout. So
and Kev's
in, he's gonna get Gungan. So they're doing a good job like delaying, but at this point they still have to deal with an Uber pushing last. So they have time to get things set up if the players spawn in time, and they might not.
I mean, the cap kill on Dingo is definitely going to help. It makes it so you can't get pincered as hard. So when this push comes in from the side of Darkest Nights, there is going to be a little bit of a room where you're not
actually going to go in as fast as possible.
They're just going right now. Yeah, they don't want this gun set up, and they want to make sure they get the cap time.
They have no one to push.
So much cap time. Zam gets dropped, though. Speedy going to die as soon as the Uber is over as well, and they're trying to get any sort of frag they can. Hubba in spawn will take some damage. Reese up back to 100 HP, and Sai is the sole survivor escaping through too, just jumping out back to mid. And yeah, they definitely took that really fast. Even though they tried to take it fast to kill the gun quickly, it still took a while for it to die, and maybe waiting a little bit longer for Dingo to be able to participate more would have been better, but at the end of the day, that's all she wrote for that push, and Hubba at 90%. Approaching Choke with a team, they're getting ready to push into mid.
They are getting ready to push into mid. We do have Zam on Sniper again. Now, last time Zam was on Sniper, it was pretty effective. Zam is in forwards. Red team actually taking a little bit of time here. Maybe they're edging things out.
Bombs.
Yeah, Caps, they're trying to beat the bombs. Caps is gonna get hurt from said bombs, but maybe able to pick up. I think they've spotted the sniper now, but they gotta be careful because Quax is gonna fall, Gwendolyn's gonna fall. They're losing everyone just trying to get in. Caps might fall too. He's so caught in.
Darkest Nights are doing a very, very good job at recognizing that the way that they transition through these chokes for the side of Witness Gaming are a bit disjointed. There is no soldier bombing through first to try to A, make space, or B, get
spot
vision.
The sniper.
So they have no clue the sniper spot. They're not drawing any eyes of any of the team that could be standing on top of the crates at all. They just have Quack sitting in sewer not committing, just trying to like be there as an initiation eventually.
Oh, Kev might be caught out.
Bomb comes in.
They're gonna High Five and are gonna fall. They gotta be careful. Actually, they're gonna lose Dingo too. So that's kills, 3. Though. Yeah, Quax is behind, but they might be able to do something off of this. With there's only they're just gonna leave.
Yeah, I mean, the fact they got that force was good from the side of the Darkest Nights, but giving up 3, I guess they kind of disrespected the capabilities of like, okay, you'll go inside lobby, you'll maybe get 1, maybe 2 players, that's about it, and we'll still hold on to Uber. But not only did they drop all those players, because they drop all those players, don't have enough to actually protect Speedy efficiently to melt the person bombing in and prevent him from using. So, ample opportunity gone.
Zam Sniper again.
And yeah, once again, Zamstar. Hey, if it worked the first time, it can work again. As all 6 of them are on top of the point. Okay, no, they're starting to break around now. I guess they went spy and checked it while they were respawning, so they kind of knew the sniper was coming, and they're starting to get more aggressive now. Logan actually committing through the choke, recognizing that everyone's in sewer.
Oh, Hubda's got forced.
And he gets the kill. Not even forced. I don't even think
he didn't have Uber.
It was nearing it, but not going to be able to find
still
the
behind him. He's almost full HP.
Soldier in on Speedy, able to get the force, so nice pipes from the side of Side. Quacks will fall, and Kev dying as well, so overall 2-man.
High Five almost just spooned Caps to death, but Caps is going to live with 20 HP. A noble effort from High Five.
Yeah, 19 more than you need. But they're in. They're already on last, getting cap time. They know the soldiers aren't here. They can't actually bomb the point. They need to streamline through if they're going to do this. But Zam, he's over by the side of 1, trying to just spawn camps, hoping that one of these soldiers comes out of the right shutter. And they will indeed, but he misses the shot, so no frag in favor of the side of the Darkest Nights. As after the disengage, back to 2, Witness Gaming go ahead and bringing out an NG on the field, building up level 3. Or back to a stalemate scenario, and is, I mean, they got like 15 ad. It's not really, probably not really real, it's probably just artificial, because they pop pretty much, not immediately after the drop, but a bit, so it should be pretty much even in both these teams' mind.
Sam's still on Sniper. Has he killed anyone?
This life, no, I don't think so.
He didn't in the past lives either, I don't think. He's winning mullet, so it's working. I just can't remember.
Well, I mean, I think the big thing is the sniper makes everyone play very
yeah,
much
so. Like it's working even though he's not getting kills, just because they have to play different around it. Otherwise, Zam won't get kills. So, you know, maybe they're a little too afraid of Zam Sniper. But they are going to peek up here, and Quack's actually do a lot of damage into, going to end up backing up, but finding a bit of spaces. Darkest Knight's kind of taking this slowly, methodically, trying to play off of their sniper, but so far unable to really get an angle. They're trying to spam the gun down, but Logan's doing a very good job, you know, whacking away at the gun, and Kev's doing also a good job spamming, making sure that things is... oh, there goes the gun. Oh, no!
Almost.
People body blocked! People actually ate the rockets so the gun will live.
Now they're double soldiering, so now it's gonna die.
Yeah.
Unable to get there in time, then the rebuild dies again. Oh, try number 3. Zam's actually peeking through 5 through this crack shot.
High five's behind.
Soldier just in. They
Whoa,
wanted to
high
caps with the jukes. Lives at 15 HP.
High five's still behind.
So many people in such bad
High five
HP. High five is still alive. He's like asking for an arrow. He gets
Dude,
it.
High five is in there. High five's immortal. Nobody can
their
kill
side,
him.
unable to kill him. At first he was asking questions on how he survived in that fight at 2 so long ago. Now he's gonna ask how did he live so much in that attempt at trying to break the stalemate, but they've lost so many people. They lost Sai and Dingo while High Five was behind, and Zam a bit too far forward, might get killed as well. Air shot, 15 HP, does indeed die to the fall damage. Another one drops to the floor. Is Uber available for the side of the Darkest Knights, but no players to actually get positioning and block this cap and have it in a favorable outcome. So the aggressive thing that you'll see at all is Dingo hiding in this corner in IT. Maybe we'll catch someone, tries to find a timing. Bombing in, High Five will die, but buying some space is Dingo. But overall, gonna get the kill onto the demo man. So
oh, this might be a mulch. Oh, they're in this
exchange. Maybe will indeed happen over on the red land. So they're gonna be able to have some respawn advantage here for the post if it persists. Uber a bit better for the side of the blue team. They gotta make sure they don't lose even more players. Dingo jumps forward and brings back one of the soldiers back towards rollout, but Darkest Knights, they have to win this fast or they're gonna lose the war of attrition. Respawners rolling out much slower.
Spam damage.
One of
like Speedy's half health.
Yeah, Sai's not going to be here, though. The bomb comes in from Kev, able to get Speedy, and they have even less reason to continue to fight this unless they're able to get Hubada. But Hubada, all the way back to 2, he's pretty much gone there. Darkest Knights, the pacing of that was so off, and with a medic dead, they're going to have to hightail it back to mid, and they might even be in dire straits here, as this heal advantage is going to be pretty big for the side of Witness Gaming to maybe try to take this for free.
This is gonna sound stupid, but Kev unironically had some like crazy across the map spam that really like softened them up for that bomb.
But once again, these transitions outside of Witness Gaming, a soldier is not making space at all. They're just walking on the floor through the choke and eating all the spam. So they are able to finally get in, but not before everyone on Darkest Knights is already up and available to try to go for this force. Able to get the arrow kill on Logan, Dingo bombing in on Hubada. They've got both scouts. They've recognized that both Logan and Gwendolyn are not playing Beam at that moment and able to get the frag onto both the scouts. And High Five doing in some damage. Kev really weak, eats the pack. Gungan wants this kill but will not get it. Another arrow onto Caps from the side. Speedy putting in the work right now as the damage class is fighting medic, and they're getting Caps slowing down to 40 HP. Arrows galore.
High Five's
trying to go in for the kill. He wants a second jump here to try to get the force off. No scouts available. They're rolling out right now. One damage. Oh, Rocket's not hitting on a Hubba.
Oh, gets the force.
Does indeed come in. Gungan with the salvage, just doing jukes right now. Make sure they can't run forward and actually try to get. A couple missed shots, but made sure they couldn't chase into choke with that at all. And huge plays from the Darkest Knights. This transition from the side of Witness Gaming, once again, they're transitioning without a soldier going through first. Tons of focus onto the scouts. Will not get too much damage this time as the Darkest Knights are down a couple players. So they will have to hightail this out of here. But I'm really hoping to see a change in the way that the Witness Gaming squad is pushing, because they are putting themselves in a bad way to eat so much damage, and they try to get through choke. They're going to luck out this time, but they're not going to be so lucky in the future, as the Uber is available for the side of Darkest Knights. Approaching choke, Solver going through first to make some space. The spam is being split between High Five and the rest of choke, allowing them to get through. Kev and Dingo are going to trade over the side of IT, getting on top of the point. 40% ad still in favor of Darkest Knights as they streamline through it and trade, but overall it is a 4v4 battle. Have to leave 1 on 2. I mean, they're poking around, but I don't think this is going to lead into a serious push. I would hope not.
Sai's walking forward. Okay, he's going to back up now.
They're walking forward, but this could be really bad.
Oh no, it's a solo. They're going
to...
Yeah, this could be... Sai's got to be careful. He's going to have to jump out here. He does maybe get a sticky off, but look at this red combination. They're just in. But actually, they didn't really get... Okay, they're going to get Sai.
He's alive?
He had a really nice serve. Yeah, he managed to get it with his surf, but Red's still gonna keep at least trying to fight. It's 2v2. Gungan's gonna fall. They're gonna have it's gonna be a dry fight pretty much. Red's gotta win this pretty quickly, or else disasters might happen.
Yeah,
Helmet's gonna
there's
fall
so
pretty
much
low, and
damage.
Helmet's actually gonna get
Disasters.
nuked by High Five.
Speedy though, in a corner. A lot of damage, 25 HP, will indeed die. Final rocket comes out from Quacks. Both medics end up dying in that exchange. Not Uber exchange, but in the fight that happened on mid. And Darkest Knights, this is still kind of in their favor if they decide they want to hold mid. Zama going in, finds a 1v1 versus Logan and does indeed win it, but Gwen is able to go up and make sure it is a trade. As Dingo a bit aggressive. This is not going to be a 2-push, and definitely recognize that. Hightails it out of there. Pretty much even in terms of stakes here for both these teams. I'd be surprised to see a push happen very soon unless you're going to do a no-respect dry, but Zam respawning in 3 seconds. Will it be Sniper once again? Noticing there will be a stalemate. Logan is on Spy checking if it's going to be a Sniper. He's checking right now in the spawn. He sees there's no Sniper. It's like, okay, no Sniper. Don't have to worry about it. Is there a Spy? Checking for Spy. Nope, no Spy. Don't need to worry about it. Rolling out on Scout back to 2, and they know what's coming up from the side of Witness Gaming. No shenanigans. No, everything cookie cutter is build up the rest of the Uber. It's going to take a sec for the sack to actually kick off, but 80% and counting for the side of Darkest Knights. It'll be on them to make a move shortly.
It is on them to make a move, and we've reached infinite overtime now, so all Witness Gaming have to do is maybe hold on for 2 minutes, get a mid, get, if they even have to reset, and then just get around. So 1 round will win it for Witness Gaming, but
IT
currently,
plays.
yeah, they are going to make some IT plays. They're going to bring your heals IT, Sai going to peek a little and choke, and High Five can't even get it. That was sometimes on Soldier you just do have a sad sack, and that was a very sad sack where you can't get through the door.
Yeah, I mean, Caps took a lot of damage there, and he tried to get some extra spam on him. I think it countered. Logan tried to peek the shutter, died to a trap from the side that was placed there. Caps is kind of in the middle of
Quacks
nowhere.
Is literally in the sky. Oh my god, it's a new.
So much damage.
Quacks was actually in the skybox. You're gonna.
Somehow Caps lives. Caps, I mean, he was accidentally just bait. He was putting traps really aggressively, kind of out by himself. They streamlined forward to see, kill that demo, he's out of position, and they ended up losing 3 instead because of the bomb coming in from Quacks. And Dingo trying to clean up as well to make sure that, oh, there's a hurt demo man, I can at least trade for him, but no, Caps got arrowed, still lived throughout it all. So, no Ubers even expended, just a sack's gone wrong for the side of Darkest Knights, and Witness Gaming just get a free mid off of that, and now they're in the driver's seat to push themselves. Or not push, but at least try to break the stalemate.
Yeah, at least, you're always more comfortable when you have your mid as opposed to when you're back on your second. You can make one mistake and that could be it if you're not careful enough, but maybe you got a little bit of leeway, at least a lot of the time. Darkest Knights, they're going to try to hold on here, but they're down around, and they don't really have opportunity for much mistakes.
Oh,
Dingo's actually behind. Dingo is going to trade with Quacks, but they're going to get the force, and no force from the side of Witness Gaming, so that's going to mean they're going to actually back up all the way in. Darkest Knights, they know they have to get something. Oh, Caps. Oh, he manages to stake here just in the nick of time.
Yeah, they only wanted a 2-man there, really. I mean, they had the soldier bomb in, and then a scout ran in to get the force, and they could have tried to do something off of that, but the third person dying is going to be pretty difficult. They do have the ad, there is reason to come back in, but this might be a bit too early. There's still only 3 players here. Everyone else is rolling out. Kev is barely even all the way through IT, so they are going to be lucky enough to where no one died. Going to eat some arrows, try to push again, High Five bombing in, but the same with Dingo, trying to get some sort of kill. Tabata is so far back, all these players are at the
Caps
choke,
is so
just
hurt.
so weak. They need a soldier to go in and make space for them, but Quacks is gonna die, so these pushes through choke. Darkest Knights have their number right now. They've lost 2, they have this Uber, and they cannot use it.
Yeah, they indeed cannot use it, and that's going to be kind of a sticky situation here. Darkest Knights do have an opportunity. They can at least try to get back and make something happen, maybe get this force.
Logan, playing IT. Oh, he wants a 1v1, but he finds a 2v1. He tries to come and make it a 2v2. Doesn't need to get the trade on a Dingo, so overall, 1 for 1. But Uber, now even. They've bought enough time for the side of Darkest Knights to make sure that things are evened out, and now they're back in the driver's seat to try to go ahead and break this stalemate, and I don't think we really see Dingo off class, so he's probably just going to come up to Soldier. No one's running back to spawn.
I'd like to see the rare and exotic Dingo Spy, you don't see it that much.
You don't. I mean, that's what makes it pretty good. Maybe we'll see it in playoffs. You see
Logan's
Dingo
actually
respawn.
checking.
He's still checking.
Yeah,
he's disciplined.
Yeah, that's the highlighter experience. Logan knows.
Well, he also knows that Zam could run back to spawn,
Yeah.
So.
I mean, honestly, it's just like even though it doesn't really affect that much, just the advantage of knowing that, oh, they have this or they don't have this can really make a difference in how they like to hold things, especially against the sniper. High Five's gonna eat a lot of damage trying to peek the choke.
Dingo unseen. Now he's finally seen, but it's already through.
He
hits the rocket, though. He's out of there.
Ken's also out of there, so both teams kind of don't have a soldier right now. But blue team's taking, look how much damage Witness Gaming is taking. Caps is so hurt. Logan's gonna fall. They're gonna end up trading it out, but kind of a sketchy situation there. As Kev's gonna try to go behind to give a nice little direct to Zam, then back up. This is kind of both teams really don't want to overcommit here, unless some disaster happens. You can kind of tell, and they're both just like sending one man trying to pressure. And as long as nothing really shakes loose, we might just reset.
Yeah, it seems like Darkest Knights are focusing very heavily on IT plays. It seems like that's been time and time again the method, except for when they had the sniper and tried to play off sewer. But who knows, maybe we'll see a choke call eventually. Actually, we're seeing it now. High five going in. First rocket missed, second rocket doesn't quite hit the mark. Hubada unscathed, and Witness Gaming are now on the move towards the choke to see if they can try to buy some room for themselves. Kev fast through IT, tries to jump through, immediately melted by both scouts. That's the life of a roamer trying to counter-sack through IT sometimes. But 1 for 1, we'll see if Darkest Knights actually go pretty quick here, recognizing they're going to be a person down. And soldiers collide. Did they just collide
Zam's
in the
behind.
air?
Zam's behind, and I don't know if they know. He's actually totally unspotted.
Oh, he wants to 1v1 Kev. Wants the free kill and then play off the player advantage after that. So we'll
he's
see
actually
how that goes.
he's gonna try to spawn camp Kev, but Kev might be unspawn campable. We'll see.
Oh, he actually dodged Kev.
Oh, that's actually even smarter. Let's see if anyone.
And he's just waiting.
You think
Being
anyone on
patient about
blue? You think anyone on red is gonna randomly turn around and just like spot Zam when he has no business being spotted?
Maybe Hubada coincidentally turning around to like buff people. Maybe
Yeah.
like I wanna buff my soldier, so you accidentally see Zam in your POV at the right time. But this is pretty smart from Zam. He only wants to go in when his team is ready to actually
And they
distract.
can call like
Yeah,
when Hubada backs up.
The previous timing, no one was available to distract at all. Zam's going in now. Logan was coincidentally turned around. Overall, 2-man Dingo gets thwarted, and Zam does not quite hit enough. And, yeah, not quite enough there, but they are expecting the 2-man. Kev in very quickly through the choke, over by the pack near IT, and is actually trying to take the high ground and get some damage onto High Five and Gungan. Uber will get forced out. High Five
so
almost
hurt.
died there. And they don't even have enough HP to actually go and get this force. High Five's taking it upon himself to go behind, and they're already killing Logan. Logan a bit too far forward.
They know Caps is trying to trap off, and they're actually gonna they're gonna go for the reset.
Yeah, they don't have enough players
Gungan.
available in the tank to go ahead and go for that. If they tried to commit and play on the point because of the timer, then that would have been a thorn on their side. They didn't have the respawners. High Five would have came out from sewer. They would have wiped. So
Quack's dropping a yay in chat at the reset.
yeah, because it worked. Yeah. So we're back to another mid.
Yep. Worked with ease. As back to another mid. I feel like the mids have been a little back and forth. First mid I think was won by Witness, but Darkest Knights have pulled out a couple in size. Side did not have a mid.
That is my scout ate my arrow moment if I've ever seen one.
Sometimes this demo you just get trolled by your team and there's really no counterplay.
Sometimes it happens, and they're on the move very quickly. It's a 5v5 still, because Logan's capping, so anything can happen in this skirmish. There is more explosive classes available for the side of Witness Gaming, so the Sam is definitely going to be pretty heavy there. Not having a demo is going to be a pretty big bane for the side of Darkest Knights, but a lot of damage on both the soldiers.
There, Blue is so hurt.
The rocket from Quack is able to take him out, as Hubada is still alive at 90%, almost available is the Uber, but pretty far back. Caps is not pretty far back, and will indeed die. Bomb spin, nice rocket side of High Five, taking out Logan, and Hubada will die. Just kill binds at 96%. Unable to get the Uber in time, and they were very disjointed there. Witness Gaming. Hubada really far back, Caps really far forward. They were not on the same page at the pace at which they decided they wanted to play that fight. They were so close to the Uber. They had the medic kill. They didn't play far back enough as a team, though, or at least not in sync enough. And I mean, they're going to be down the mid, technically down some Uber percentage, and it's going to be up to Kev to see if he can try to salvage this.
You'll have to see what Kev wants to do here.
And Logan, they're out of the spawn on these classes.
This is definitely a weird time.
Kev is right next to them and near IT, and Logan is on 2. They're all like rollout 2.
Yeah, this is a. This is like they know Zam's on sniper, and Kev should know whenever they're gonna peek. So there shouldn't be any deaths to the sniper here. It should be like well established when he's peeking. Kev is gonna start moving out. He is still cloaked, but. I feel this is such a weird time, and it's also like, I mean, Kev is a player who would do this, but the blue looks like they have zero idea.
I just have my eyes on the spot. He's decloaking. He's going for it. Speedy heard it.
Speedy's got. Wait, High Five had no idea, but they're gonna look around for him and. Okay.
Oh, they bumped him.
Speedy's bumping him. Oh.
Yeah, that decloak. I mean, he wanted to be in sewer to see what was happening, but being in sewer means you're so close that the decloak is pretty audible if nothing is happening, which nothing was. Probably no one was speaking either because there wasn't anything happening, but the shot rings out. Logan is able to kill Zam, and Dingo tries to go for a sack at the same time, unable to really find anything, so overall 2-man, but bomb coming in.
3-man. Gungan got nuked by Caps, and They get
Wax gets
forced.
Just bombs through the choke, wraps around, finds themselves at the small exit of
Oh,
sewer. An air
Caps.
shot onto high five, cleaned up by Logan, and Witness Gaming are reclaiming mid with their Uber intact.
Logan getting a lot of nice kills on Sniper. Whenever he's on Sniper, it's not like he's like getting mid drops or anything. He's getting like the nice cleanup kills that do really matter in the end. They're gonna push second here. This is tough for Darkest Knights because they have to push. They have to hold second against the Sniper with no Uber. And that's yeah, they're not even gonna attempt the fight. They're just gonna back up the last and hope they can survive this incoming last push.
Yeah, the Sniper being on the field for Witness Gaming still is going to make things a bit tricky. Could be really good from the side of Witness Gaming because Zam is on heavy. If he finds himself in the wrong sideline, this, powerful class could just be dead in an instant depending on the timing of things. As they bomb through,
Oh yeah, he's going one.
spot, so it's going to take a bit to actually get the kill. Zam is out on the field. Trying to find an angle onto him is Logan, is able to find Dingo instead. So 2 explosive classes down.
Go to get SMG Sniper.
Losing to the SMG Sniper, barely lives in 3 HP, does survive. 2 left alive from the side of Witness Gaming. They got Speedy, which is huge, and they're still able to get high five as well, so it's not going to be all for naught as some crucial kills at the end there. Gwen does indeed die, but Hubbard is still alive, building probably what is going to be a 35-ish% add as the Darkest Knights are trying to push out despite not having heals. They have some players, but they have to be careful. The reinforcements are coming in soon. Kev took way too much damage there standing in the choke, and that's going to be really good from the side of the Darkest Knights to actually make sure that they get to fully reclaim 2 and get us down on it and not just immediately lose it. So Witness Gaming, instead of just teeter-tottering over 2, losing 2, then taking it back 3, and then using their ad for last, that kill onto Kev is actually going to make sure that they have to push their way into 2 with their Uber ad rather than just pushing into last and maybe securing the round and ending it all there. So
it could always backfire. Sometimes it's easier to just push second and roll to last than like actually push last with Uber ad, especially on this map. Sometimes on process it's just the impossible challenge, but they're going to be building it up. So yeah, they got to go fast. Caps almost dies.
Succeed, doesn't die to a spam rocket from high five. The final shot gets the trade onto that demo man as Kev's going to be able to clean up the frag, but Uber available from the side of the Darkest Knights. No demo man on the opposing team means no sticky. Zam is showing one.
They got to worry about
back
backcast potentially if they want. Oh, they're gonna get all their doors. Alright, they got all their doors on lockdown. Logan's gonna, like, at least fake and pretend. So they're gonna get second with the super. They're actually gonna go in. They're gonna buy a lot of space. Logan's gonna come in. Oh, Psy's just gonna duke Logan. Psy's gonna duke Quacks as well. Are gonna get Psy and Dingo off of it, but Blue Team, more most importantly, has not popped the Uber yet. And Caps is trying to escape, but gonna pop his head on the crate. Almost hits the double 2 pipe on high five, but just barely misses that last one, and that's gonna be just Hubba alive for now.
Yeah, big plays from Dingo. Bombs at the perfect timing. Gets 1 rocket onto Hubba, and as soon as Hubba turns back, not only does no one else back up, but Dingo just turns to kill everyone else, kills the scout, makes sure that Caps is unable to really get away that easily, and they're on a roll right now. Logan popped into the air, is going to die soon after Kev did, and they're just going to leave one and walk this. We're looking at what could be a tie game. Darkest Knights don't screw this up. There is a heavy on the field, but that's not enough mobility to actually stop this Cap from getting teased. 2 respawns in 2 seconds. They got to do this fast. They brought over a soldier. They're going to find the Uber to get that frag. Quacks popped up into the roof. Is able to trade. That's going to be huge, but Caps dies. No Dellman to stop things, and with the heavy on the field still, it's only a soldier and a scout trying to walk.
Oh, Logan gets Uber. He's killing everyone.
Out. It's 2 left alive. I mean, they'd play that as best they could, but 1 or 2 missteps here from the side of the Darkest Knights means Witness Gaming still holds on. They're pushing out Ult Duo, but with scouts beneath the spire as they finally have a 3rd person to come in from the side of the Darkest Knights to bring Hubbard a bit low. He needs to back up. It means Logan has to back up as well. Reinforcements in favorable position for the side of the Darkest Knights is a bit slower.
Oh, they're coming out. High Five's gonna die.
He gets there, he leaves, and death. Gwendolyn pushing forward to bring the rest of them out here as Dingo is on spy. We talked about this earlier, but he's getting shot. He's seen. They know. No forward spawn either, so he can't just walk into this forward and change.
I think he's on default.
He has to stay on spy, and I think he is indeed on default. So less spam as well. They don't have much in the tank here to really prevent this from happening.
Yeah, he's on stock. He has to decloak very soon.
He has to go huge here. This Uber is an ad from the side of the Darkest Knights to push forward. Oh, Psy! They do hit him with a roller. He does indeed die. Kev,
they go actually well timed there.
IT, trying to find spam on his speedy. He's at 47 HP, backing up. The rest of the Darkest Knights are backing up as well. Cap's a bit weak. No threat onto him though quite yet as they're able to take down Kev and Logan and Quacks, and it's only 2 left alive. Gwen's indeed, but unable to get the frag aside, able to clean it. It's just Caps alone in the sewer. He needs to jump out and will survive 50 HP. Watch the fall damage. Now it does indeed go over to IT, trying to worm his way out of there, and will indeed find the pack and escape. They don't know where he is, but Cozy, Darkest Knights, they've held on for now, and now they have another opportunity to go ahead and try to use this ad to push, and this time they might not have the 2-player advantage for this push, but the Uberat is much bigger, so they have time to really figure some things out. Maybe greedy, take it slow, who knows, but double defense once again from the side of the Witness Gaming. They have the gun, they have the heavy, they don't have as much ready and available to block this cap hitting tease. It's just the soldiers, and they're trying to take it through one. Immediately going in, might find a soldier, but no, immediately jumps into the spawn, gets the reset bind. They're trying to, they gotta get this gun, gotta spam it down. They wanna get the cap time, no stickies on it. The gun will finally fall, but nice rocket on Gungan. Kev jumping away as well, make sure he lives with his life, and as soon as his Uber is ended, it actually has a person down on their own team, so that was not it. That was not the play, and Cozy, Darkest Knights back to score one. Is Hubba at 70%. They're driving early through lower.
Gotta be careful. Oh, Caps might get nuked. Caps is gonna get nuked. They're gonna trade him out for Dingo, but Caps fighting off a little more than he can chew, trying to lead the push there as a... Are they gonna try to fight this? It looks like they're just backing up, or at least... Okay, Kev's trying to live. They're gonna get high five. Maybe they can push off of 2 soldiers down. They're thinking about it.
They're trying to buy time for the side of the Darkest Knights.
Quax gets nuked by Gungan, and that's going to signal their retreat, I think.
This pushes over. Oh, Dingo getting greedy, wants this Gwen kill. No, will not find it.
He did hit the nice direct, but a lot of nice directs there, especially saw some pretty nice directs from High Five earlier. I think if I have to think of any standouts, I actually think High Five's one of the standout soldiers so far.
It's I don't want to knock on them, but like that's another push where if you're gonna, they didn't have a soldier with their team to make space at all to get in first, so they just bomb in and kill Caps because everyone's on the floor.
Yeah, we do have Gungan on Sniper. 2 minutes left. They're gonna build up the gun. They get all their pieces in place as it is even Ubers, and this is gonna be tough. We haven't seen the Sniper be as effective for the Darkest Knights as it has been for Witness Gaming. Now, maybe Gungan can, change their fate there, but so far it has not looked ideal. And granted, sniping into process last sometimes is the impossible challenge if the gun is up because you can't peek the doorways, but we'll have to see. They only have a minute 45 left, so they gotta make something happen pretty quick or else, back to mid.
Yeah, their biggest obstacle might not even be the side of Witness Gaming and their defense. It might just be the timer, because it might take a sec here. You play against a confident team, it's gonna, it's gonna take some finagling to get it done, and Gungan tries to go for the one shot. Misses, unable to get the frag, and counter sack from Kev will get cleaned up. Dingo jumping over to get that frag, but Sai a bit too far forward, close to the shutter. They peeked it, and Quax is able to get that frag, so that's a pretty good reason for Witness Gaming to at least try to poke around and see if they can get some more damage or maybe opportunity for Quax to bomb in for a sack or anything like that. But no, they're definitely playing it safe. Only 1 minute left. They're probably a much better idea to go ahead and replay the mid, but Caps really weak because eating one arrow might need another.
Oh, they're gonna get Speedy. It's a nuke. Quax is killing everyone in lobby. He just flanked from the second and got him. That's gonna be almost a total wipe other than Sai. He's holding it and he got capped.
Gets the dome and
got his man.
I mean, that's like the second best kill you could have gotten.
Yeah,
so that's
honestly
it's not bad.
Since Sai got his man, no one else if everyone else got their mans, they would have Why Red is oh, they're just gonna, they don't even want to push out, they just want to chill on last.
Reset. Okay,
they want the
reset.
reset.
Makes sense. This makes sense because they would take 2 for free and they would push mid with ad, which every time they've tried to milk into mid with ad, they've kind of melted. I think I've already mentioned enough times like kind of why that is happening, but they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to mess with it. They know their strength, and that is not their strength. Getting into mid is not their strength. They'll deal with it and fix it later. So back to mid we go as they are taking that option, as they've done pretty well in a lot of these mids. They're going to Uber for the stats, but it's going to be another stalemate here. And back to another mid fight. This is, what is like the 5th mid fight, I think? Because we've already stalemated once before.
Yeah, I think this is the 5th mid fight. So going to this one, we'll have to see what changes, but it's been... I feel like if I'm a Witness Gaming, I'm getting a little nervous. You're up around. You only need 1, but at some point you gotta close it out. If you leave Darkest Knights in it, they will eventually get around and potentially 2 to seal the map.
Yeah, you don't want to run out of steam either, because there's still 1, maybe 2 more maps to play here. So if you're gonna fight on Slobberknocker, you definitely don't want to win it for the morale's sake. As another mid we go, high ground control in favor of Darkest Knight, just by a little bit, just a little, but anything can change at the moment's notice with the right Sam. They're initiating a bit on the low, but not the committing for it, just getting him weak. If they find these players that aren't getting healed by Hubba because they're a bit disjointed, that could be really good for them. And Kev might be one of them. Drop to 3 HP, will get scattered down, and that's the first one to fall. They're doing a pretty good job at recognizing how far back Hubba is playing. He dies to fall damage. He surfs it, but not quite enough. bomb coming in from one of the soldiers. I think he's got air shot. Speedy, nice surf up onto the high ground, and Caps has to escape. And I think Darkest Nights is actually doing a really good job over the course of this match, recognizing some of the flaws in Witness Gaming's gameplay, either map-wise or team-wise. Hubda and the rest of his team are disjointed at sometimes at moments, and they're definitely noticing that, like, hey, Hubda's here, this player's over here, not beamed, can't be saved, so far away, let's just kill him instead. And those are the frags they're getting, whether it's a push or a mid-fight, and it's working out in their favor when they're able to find these moments. And this could be the thing that actually ties up the game for them once again, although we have been in this situation at least 2 times before. This is the best as it's ever been. It's the biggest ad. It's the most ample opportunity. They're in lobby now. Surely they'll get it eventually, right?
They're gonna just walk it through his side. And actually, Gwendolyn almost gonna die to get the gun, but not quite. Their Sticky's on the point, but he's gonna be on the point, and the soldier's gonna try to block it, but he's actually gonna die for it. Gwendolyn is on Buddhist, but they're all getting focused down. Gwendolyn is gonna stay alive. High five gonna fall, but they gotta kill these scouts at some point. They're gonna get gunned in, and Kev's actually doing so much work. He's killing Dingo. Dingo's actually gonna live. He's gonna jump out.
Logan on the chase.
Logan is on the chase. Can he get Sai? Oh, Sai's so hurt. Can he get Sai? No, but he's gonna end up actually drawing them
shot
back.
from Dingo.
That was actually a really nice
Right
splash
needle.
from Dingo. Yeah, he
Yeah.
really did throw the needle, but it is gonna
looks
be
like
40% for the side
Darkest
of
Nights
Witness
need like
Gaming.
they need like a 3-2-1 or something for these post-ubers. The committing onto the cap and committing onto the heavy and stuff is like very much not the same time. Like the post-uber will happen and you'll see someone teasing the cap and no one's using the opportunity to like go in and distract or like make use of the distraction out of the combo from upper or whatever. Or vice versa, like someone from upper will actually peek, and as they're looking at the upper guy, no one's on cap.
Oh, there goes high five.
But yeah, tried to go ahead and sack through 5, unsuccessful. Everyone else is just in though. Dingo will die. Zam gets killed in a quack on top of the point. Will indeed die.
Look at that cap time.
A 3-man might be enough for Witness Gaming to do something. The gun's getting moved, so oh no, Logan is swapping off. Okay, they made the call.
Yeah, I mean, down 3, they do have a lot of cap time, but if you see all 3 players, which they have, they know they can just stand on the point, and everything should be okay. They're actually going to get their spawns. They got to get this cap pretty quick, or else this could backfire, and they're actually going to back up the last. Not before Dingo does nobly trade his life for trying to get a scout kill.
Yeah, it's his quote-unquote sack.
Oh, they get Gunkin, too.
So, I guess a 2-man. I don't think Gunnins was
trying to go to
on
last.
purpose, though.
Oh, okay. Fortunately, Quack spotted it, but that was almost a... You can see that Red's a little antsy about getting back
high
out there.
five with the timing! He gets the force into Hubba to find the moment and does indeed get the force out, but Speedy will have to use side drops.
Oh, Gwendolyn's
really
behind during this, too.
Yeah, just ran
If they
behind,
get this
unable
cap,
to
this
really
could
clean
go
up.
really well. Gwendolyn's actually gonna live in. Oh, dude, Zam is so caught out, and Gwendolyn's now flanking behind. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to chase
Full retreat
Gwendolyn.
time.
Oh, Dingo can't even get out because Gwendolyn's just chasing them. This is. Dingo actually
Speedy's
got
so
a pack
dead.
and a half, but yeah, this perfect play from the red team, just making sure that there's a player behind so they couldn't back up. This might be a snowball because they have 30% ad, they have mid. This might be one of their best opportunities to actually get off this map.
Yeah, just a skeleton crew on the combo. Speed didn't want to have to use to save side, thought maybe just drop him and that'd be the only frag, but no one else is actually available to help Speedy, so Speedy just got the force, and then they didn't retreat as well. There's definitely a moment there where you know the fight's over. It's not happening, but they didn't start the retreat until it was way too dire, so it's going to lead to some extra deaths there. As when this game, they're in a position to close it out, and we'll see if we'll have better luck than the side of the Darkest Nights in terms of getting this last push here. Caps one up a bit into the air, a bit slow.
Kev gets high five.
But yeah, will kill himself in the
The
process.
Uber's chasing Dingo, and they do get Dingo, so both soldiers down, but there is a Putis to deal with, and they're gonna have to. They're actually
That's
just standing around biding
coordinate
their
onto
time.
the
Yeah.
Getting onto the heavy, same time they're getting on
Oh,
top
they're
point.
just
Can't deal
entering
with
the
both
cap.
of them,
Can
and
they get Logan?
that's how you do
Logan
it.
that's gonna be the map. So map 1 for the side of Witness Gaming. They took their time, got healed up, focus fire the heavy, got the cap.
And for how much I was critiquing Witness Game on other areas of the map, that is the one thing that they definitely triumphed way better at than the side of the Darkest Nights, is the last push. You could see it right there that, you know, the timing of actually getting onto the heavy, so they have to focus the person that's up in front at the same time that someone's on top of the cap, getting the cap time, was super in sync. They took a sec, they rebuffed up when they were on the correct side of the map that they chose, and did it all at the same time, where the side of the Darkest Nights, it was kind of just, you know, do it when you can. There was no, that coordination was lacking in that aspect, and so many opportunities. If they had that cleaned up for the amount of times that they had the opportunity to push last, you could have seen Darkest Nights taking this map, but well, like you said, process last. It can be a beast of its own, and at the end of the day, it's the little things all added up together that seal the deal. So like you said, Witness Gaming take the first map, not even their own map pick. Now they're going to
Wait,
their
I
own
think
map
my
pick
friend was right.
of Metalworks.
Wait,
And,
no,
and
I was
you're
off.
off by a round. Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty close though.
Yeah, pretty close. Shout out to the only correct score guesser there. As gonna move on to Metalworks.
If we average our predictions, it's right.
That's true. That's true. You know, that's basically like getting it.
Yeah. Yeah. Representation of the casters, we got it right.
Yeah. We definitely had the theory down as to how the game would progress. And speaking of which, we're going to be moving on to Metalworks here, which definitely a vastly different kind of map in terms of and I guess the gameplay. I feel like at least personally for me, I kind of consider Metalworks and Process to be almost like kind of opposites in terms of 5CP.
They are at least a little bit, yeah. I mean,
they're different. They're definitely different styles.
Second is way much harder to hold. Metalworks is way different to break in a lot of aspects. I guess not way different, but a lot different. And the mids are beyond different. So a lot of different skill sets involved and strategies and stuff like that. So, people's preference and their strengths on certain maps are gonna, definitely teeter-totter back and forth when you go between Metalworks and Process. But it's all a conglomerate together into their team's ability to play. So, we'll see kind of what happens here. I definitely think that Witness Gaming, I mean, we said this before, I said it, that, Darkest Nights, they pick Process for a reason. They should probably do, pretty decent on it. But I feel like Witness Gaming in particular probably should do pretty decent on Metalworks. Like, I think it makes sense that they pick it. I know Kev has done pretty decent on Metalworks in the past.
This is a Kev map.
This is a Kev map. Even if he's not on Pocket, just like farming banner. I mean, I would be
just his presence in the server.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's roaming, but he goes up banner anyway.
I feel like you almost have more you have less responsibilities. I feel like I don't know if that's entirely true, but I definitely feel like on Roamer you can go banner on Metalworks and get away with it. People might not even notice.
It kind of just depends.
Yeah, but we are gonna be moving in here. We have 5 in the server, and if you're the side of Darkest Nights here, how do you recover? Because you almost got back into it, but you just couldn't quite cap blast. You couldn't quite do this or that. I think you just gotta GG and go next. Try to get into Metalworks, but losing your own map pick right off the bat is really tough.
I think as long as you're experienced enough of a player, you're able to find a way to mental reset, because it's not like it's the first time you've ever been in this scenario. There's probably plenty of examples that individual players could have in their past where it's like, okay, yeah, I've lost the first map before, but then I went on to win the next two. Even though it wasn't necessarily our pick. Like, they won our pick, who's to say that we can't win their pick? That type of logic. So I think it just depends on the mental of each individual player. And
so
I guess
shout out
every
to
player's
Gungan.
a little bit different, but...
Shout out to Gungan, top ranked server, 40 kills. Shout out to Logan with the 35 as well. Quack's dying 34 times. Also, Cap's taking significantly more heals than anyone else in the server. Cap's kind of plays tank.
I mean,
he plays tank demo, and I respect it. He just tanks all the damage for his team.
I mean,
it's really selfless.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because the way Witness Gaming play is like double roamer almost.
Yeah.
There's
Cap just kind of waddles around brute forcing through the chokes.
I never saw a soldier on beam at all in transitions ever for the side of Witness Gaming. So all that spam is going towards Caps. He's eating it off. They're not looking at anyone else. The furthest person forward is a combo member in these transitions. So I guess it kind of makes sense.
It does make sense. But speaking of which, we do have, in the meantime, while people get things set up, we do actually have merch. If Dolphin wants to bring it up, we do have some nice t-shirts. We got, I forget, for Darkest Nights, do we have t-shirts for Darkest Nights? Which teams do you have t-shirts for?
I think Darkest Nights opted in, Witness Gaming did not opt in.
Okay.
So Darkest Nights have t-shirts.
Yeah. You want to support Darkest Nights, go grab a t-shirt. It does help support the teams. We do have other merch as well. We got t-shirts, we got stickers, all kinds of good stuff. I actually particularly like, we also have Highlander shirts too. I totally forgot.
A lot of the Highlander teams opted in.
Yeah, so a lot of the Highlander teams opted in. Yep. Help support the stinky Highlander players like me. Always appreciated. And I like the Rest in Peace sticker. The Snake Water one looks nice too, actually. Which team is the cat one?
The cat one? Is that the government, I think? I assume because of the suit.
I don't know. I think out of all the team ones, that one definitely I feel like is the best conversation starter.
That's pretty good. Cat in a suit is a good conversation starter.
Yeah, it's why is that cat in a suit? That's weird.
Alright. I need 60 seconds, so Space Ghost, why don't you give me a monologue about the, give me a monologue about the chance we are going to see of a off-class there compared to last map when it comes to this map.
Ooh, okay. So we do have... So Process is notoriously one of the best sniper maps in the game. So that makes sense. Nope, you're going to see a lot of sniper, and we did see a lot of sniper on Process. That checks out. Metalworks, it's not... You can do really well on this map. It can be deceptively good for sniper, because any map is good for sniper if you can aim. But overall, I would say that I'd expect more spies on this map than last map, and I expect less snipers. I think that in the end of the day, the only time you see snipers in Valley and like trying to push last. But other than that, running sniper is a little, it can be quite challenging sometimes, because you just get high bombed and then you're sad and you die. We do have Preds up on the score on the board. Darkest Nights, this is Witness Gaming's map pick, so Darkest Nights did lose their map pick Process 3-1. But Darkest Nights, I feel like this is also probably a good map for them. Although, they do have the Kev factor. The Kev factor could be very strong here. As the previously mentioned, this is kind of a Kev map.
That's true. Did you say what you think the score is going to be?
I did not yet. It is their map pick. I don't know if I don't know if I get the sense this is going to be one of those games where teams trade each other's map picks, because I've seen that before. A lot of people have seen that before, where you pick maps and then you just end up trading the wrong map picks. I don't know if I feel like there's potential for that, but I'm not super certain about it.
Maybe. The one thing I'm thinking of is, I feel like because Metalworks skyboxes are huge, like on one hand, I think around mid and 2 and stuff, and in that general area of the map, I think the way the Witness Gaming soldiers are playing is going to make it easier for them to get from point A to point B. But because everything's indoors for the ends of the map, I am kind of unsure how that's going to operate, if it's going to make it even worse for them trying to get in and out of places. So it kind of makes it hard for me to say, does the geometry of the map make this better or worse for the way they're trying to do things? And layer that on top of the mids, if I remember correctly, I think Psy doesn't like Metalworks that much.
I could see that. Metalworks mid on demo is very stressful sometimes.
It's not, it can be rough sometimes. But then again, it's also it can be rough sometimes, and you have Caps playing demo, which is his first time playing demo in a league, and he's going to be put to the test. Backwards transitions on Demo Man are very difficult. I think it was up there with Granary as one of the more difficult maps to
you can get caught very, very easily. Especially with all the little shutters too. There's just a lot of ways to get trolled, and if you're not totally under your game, you could very easily just end up... Metalworks is also another one of those mids where the demo could just kind of explode before the mid starts, or one team could just not go to mid entirely. Sometimes it does happen.
I think I'll say 2-1 for the score for Witness Gaming.
I'll say 4-2 for Witness Gaming. It is their map pick. I'm gonna say let them cook. I think they got something, especially with Kev. I think the Kev Brain Trust might add some potential here for them.
I think the thing that tips it over for me is the way they push last, will not change between the maps. But the way that Darkest Nights pushed last, they definitely got to fix some stuff, so we'll see if that happens. But the mid is starting. Both teams have arrived as spam rings across both sides, and Psy immediately really weak. Dingo on top of the high ground above Kev right now, trying to bring some extra spam down onto the combo, but so far no committing. Damage across from both sides.
Psy's gonna die to
spam rocket from Cracks. Dingo might die as well. Gets scattered out from the side of Logan. What turned it was in the beginning was just a little spam fight. Was definitely way more advantageous for the side of Witness Gaming. Is high five. He's caught.
Synced their spam onto Dingo. Not Dingo. Psy had no chance. He was in the low ground and still the farthest one forward on his team was just getting double spammed by soldiers in a demo.
The control point is being contested.
Yeah, definitely probably more aggression there if you want to have Psy that play that far forward. It seems like they want to play aggressive, but something, a piece of the puzzle is missing. But high bomb coming in from Kev. Launched forward from a stick.
Oh, he gets
on
the
Zam, gets the engineer, and Quacks gets the gun as well. So gonna be a bit of room to work with if you want to go for another sack. Quacks might be able to find an opening. Caps is 13 HP. It eats an arrow, lives.
Oh, high five's gonna
inside
fall.
the spawn. High
Logan's
five
just
gonna
in.
die. Yeah, Logan trading for that though. Quacks in spawn still, gets a rocket on a gun, but is gonna survive throughout it all. So 4v4 scenario. And I think that's going to be all she wrote for that attempt at trying to break into last. It lost too many people. Kev respawned on Spy, so we'll see how that kind of plays into it. Yeah, it
I did say there's gonna be more spies and less snipers, and so far, at least the first off class has proven to be correct. Is Kev on default? No, he's on Cloak and Dagger. Okay. If I were Darkest Nights, I would expect this. Maybe not this early, but Kev he's gonna play anything. I would expect Spy on this map more than Sniper. Like, Sniper's not bad, you can do it, but I feel like just with the way of Caps...
that's a pick!
Okay. Actually, that's tactical. They're playing around the...
that helps Kev a lot, honestly.
Yeah, that helps Kev. He's just gonna back cap. Yeah, he got off Engineer.
Oh, no, he wants
Oh, no, yeah, he doesn't want the back.
Oh, Zam's gonna see it. He balled him. He hit the ornament. Oh, the timing there.
Right, but they dropped Psy. They all
turned
around to look at Kev and they dropped Psy.
And Logan, he might go for a play on a corner. No, that was gonna be really good for the side of Kev.
I guess
initially from the timing of it.
Yeah.
But
I actually think you could have capped last if you wanted.
Maybe, honestly. But high five, trying to throw him down. Oh, Logan's just in from the side door on the far right. Speed on top of the bridge. It's a little bit of spam and not quite enough. His Caps is taking so much damage. He is taking a monumental amount of damage.
He's playing
arrow after arrow after
He's playing tank demo. He's literally just like walking forward, getting shot at by everyone so his team can flourish.
Someone give this man the booties.
Yeah, honestly, although the thing is, Caps is a scout meet, so you know he has good pipes. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's true. But he's also playing as if he's playing scout. Like, he has the movement to dodge when he doesn't have the movement to dodge.
He does not have the movement. Alright, well, Kev's gonna die.
It's just like the class moves too slow. You know, he just can't run that fast.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Kev is, we'll see if Kev comes... Is that Psy taunting repeatedly?
Yep, he is officially bored.
Okay.
you can't debt while you do this. That's how you know. It's like, yeah, nothing's gonna happen.
I mean, he has a pyro next to him, so he can't get bombed. Like the pyro can right-click everything.
He just can't debt the shutter or whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of peeking the shutter, holy, blast back 44 HP.
I'm seeing a lot of I'm seeing like flashbacks to Highlander bugs with the pyro just AFK.
Kev in?
Kev out. And Psy gets two. And
the gun gets a treat of.
You know, Psy was taunting that entire time and got two people to trap.
He kills Logan and then taunts. They're fighting on top of the pill bottle, and
Logan types a little hee-hee.
Probably one or two more players than they wanted to have die there from the side of Witness Gaming. Probably one. I mean, they had one player that was... The third player is really deep in, but back to mid they go is Darkest Nights. They got that pretty much for free. Seems like, you know, gonna be the end of things, though, as they recognize that there's nothing more to push off of. The second hold begins as... Witness Gaming recognized that as well. They're off of, they had a soldier hiding in one of the hiding spots on mid, but they've gotten off of it. They're getting a bit closer. They're inside house for the most part, but
this is gonna be one of those matches, I can tell.
Yeah, they're moving out of it now.
It's gonna...
I mean, this is how Witness Gaming like breaks down for the most part.
It's just funny because it's like metalwork, so it's gonna be even slower than normal.
Yeah.
Here comes a high bomb potentially. Maybe I'm...
Caps weak?
Oh, okay, there goes Humada. They just Ubered in and everyone's just dying. Okay.
They did not have the flank scout watching under.
Logan's behind.
Okay,
and also Quax is bombing Zam. Zam doesn't know. Okay, there's just chaos happening. Quax is running around with the skill stick out. Logan's still behind. They are very, very scared of Logan.
That might be why Logan went behind, so he couldn't spot underpass. And then
he went behind during it, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay. Maybe he was just in alley. Too far.
Ingo's trying to fight Logan. Logan's doing a good job, at least drawing one player back, but in the end, he's still caught behind. While his team is full 30% disset. Actually, it's not that big. Logan might actually try to fight Zam here. No, Logan's just trying to buy time. He's like taking this very, you know.
He was trying to pull people back so that Witness Gaming would have a reason to fight mid off the player advantage, despite having Uber decide. But they don't take a bait, so they're actually going to be able to use the Uber. Logan's a bit far forward, seeming by someone to like come back, even though it's time to Uber, and he's just getting on top of the point. You can't Uber now, you have to kill me. Everyone turns around. Even if Logan dies here, it's going to turn this into an even Uber scenario because it's going to take too long, and they don't even actually chase him all the way. He's still alive, so. Now it's even. Logan's success. Even though the first attempt didn't work, he has now successfully turned this into a stalemate. It's no longer a push for the side of the Darkest Nights. But this will be a pick. You know, it's not going to be all for naught for the side of the Darkest Nights. They do get that pick to work off of, and it might be a bit of a run to get all the way over to the alley side to try to work off of it. But you know, still have a little bit of room. Just a scout, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they want to do. They're currently, High Five's gonna bomb in, but there's no one there to really bomb, so he's just gonna back up, live his best life. Dinko's also gonna try to get some spam onto the medic, or at least get something, but You know, red team is kind of dancing around really
Kev,
close to the
don't
point.
watch
They're
the
giving up
pass.
a lot of space. Yeah, and Kev is going to go in, but is unable to get anything done. So that is a sack, and they're not going to get anything. So blue team might back up here. It looks like they are. They don't want to even take this chance. They're just actually no. They're gonna.
They're thinking
swing
about it.
They're yeah. They are definitely thinking about it.
They seems like Darkest Knights kind of saw this coming though. I mean, they don't. I don't think.
Oh, Logan dies.
Oh, they're actually going for a play. Really, they're trying to see if they can kill the flank, and then they'll deal with the cap.
They
and
get
the
cracks
respawner's
too.
layer, and it pays off huge. They're like, yeah, it's okay. They can sit there. Sayus, hold on to it for as long as you can. We know their flank in the other half of the map isn't beamed. Let's just kill them. And they do so without expanding their Uber. So really good execution. Could have gone badly, but it definitely works out. And now this player ad can be used to actually get this fourth. They can't play
Cass is
so far
getting
back
nuked.
because they'll just start dropping players if Hubbard is that far back. They do need half.
He's getting launched
Zam's
above
gonna
the
give up
point.
his life
Oh.
for it. Will indeed die, and the rest of the team scurries out of there. And great plays back to back from the side of the Darkest Knights.
Yeah, those are great plays. They're really just. I feel like the slight just lack of coordination from red team is really rather from blue team is really helping the Dark Knights, that they're just able to get through on the flank or just kind of wrap the other team, and blue team's playing kind of stagnant, so they're not prepared for these kind of wild combo pushes at all.
It seems like if they have time for planning stuff,
Caps,
they're good at
wait,
it.
look
but-
what Caps is doing. No,
Yeah,
we
that's
got-
a play, but yeah. He's gonna die there. That play can work sometimes. You have to be really careful, and they were very prepared for it. So no down man means no stickies. They immediately just go for the cap time, and it's actually Speedy that actually gets the final cap after both scouts teased it. So Caps win. He went all in there for a play. I mean, a lot of people
the
push
scout
for that
jiggle
door.
peeked it and he didn't dead it, which is like
If he jiggle peeks it, you hightail it out of there. You
Yeah.
also don't. You can't put it late because they'll hear the stickies going on down on the left side of the map. And if you, there's nowhere else they could be if you hear stickies going down the left side of the map. So bit too greedy there staying, and it's gonna bite them as the first round goes in Darkest Knight's favor. But we are on to their mid. Quinn is getting one the first mid through superior spam, but
Habada is almost already dead.
He's already almost dead. Eats the pack, but
I
that
thought
means
he
no
was
one's
just
able to
waddling
heal.
around on the enemy side of that. Okay, Caps
Yeah,
is
he
just
no cares. Hubbard is so far back from getting damaged that none of these players that are aggressive get beamed at all. It's just a wipe for the most part for the aggressive players. And Gwen, Hubbard trying to run away. They're far enough back that they're going to be able to get back to last, but no deaths on the side of the Darkest Knights means mid's done. Two's going to get started, and they still have room to just go ahead and sack right now. There's no gun.
These are such long
still dead.
respawns.
They're just in on the bridge. So much positioning. They're over by their spawn and high five.
Oh, high
on top of
five.
the lift.
Oh, no,
Gets
he got
rocketed by
spotted.
Quacks. Is alive for now, will finally fall down and die, as that's going to be their sack attempt. The rest of the Darkest Knights backing away. Dingo might fall, tries to jump away, will indeed escape, as pressure's still on, but got to be careful. You're not
Gwendolyn's
connected
in.
with your
Gwendolyn's
entire
in.
team.
Gwendolyn's gonna get Gungan. So that's gonna be a nice little opening pick there. Is they are gonna get second, but red team down 2 means an exchange could happen, but spawns might come there in time if they're
Caps.
not careful. Oh,
So much damage. He's 15 HP.
No, they're
Getting
gonna
out of the
use-
Uber to save him. Is Sai gonna get? Yeah, Sai is gonna get.
But there's
saved,
so many
both
players to
gentlemen
flash.
so
Oh,
weak.
there's so many.
Yeah, the Ubers are better for the side of the red team as well, and them hesitating there is gonna really bite them. I mean, they almost got Sai, but they almost lost Caps. They are standing on top of each other like nobody's business, and that is going to mean that Darkest Knights get to hold on to 2 despite not getting to hold on to their Uber. As back to Last Witness Gaming go, and gun heavy once again is going to be the play. Gwen, come back to spawn? No heavy, just the gun.
Yeah, so they are gonna have a scout and the gun. They're gonna sack in, but they're actually gonna sack 2 soldiers. They're gonna try to get Caps, but a clutch bow is gonna keep Caps alive, and that is also gonna mean no soldiers. Could
No
be tough.
spam.
Yeah, no spam. It's just on side to see if they can spam this, or else people are gonna be walking through doorways.
And the traps are just gone. Gwen cleared them. They're just in. They've got so much
Oh
room.
yeah,
Everyone's
they're
just out.
yeah. that was they knew they didn't even have a chance of exchanging that and hoping people get. So they're gonna back up, and that's gonna be a successful push at a last on Metalworks. But I think that one of the hardest obstacles in Metalworks is definitely the second to mid transition can sometimes just be impossible. So we'll have to see if that happens, how that goes.
Yeah, well, even Ubers for now, so it's going to be the side of the Darkest Knight trying to break this, and it's going to be when it's getting put to the test, because on one hand, you want your medic safe enough to be able to survive some of these bombs, but you have to be far enough that your players don't just drop dead to the floor. You've got some players on top of the point, but Hubbard is over by
Oh,
the shutters, they
I
can't really heal, but they're able to clean up these soldiers. Seems like the targeting was a bit off, and Speedy drops. Logan just runs in, what I assume through lower, able to get the frag, and no Uber available for the
Zam's
side of
behind.
Darkest Knights. Zam is behind on
Oh,
Gunman
they're
going
close enough
forward
they
as
can
well.
stop this.
Yeah, they're trying to find an angle to
And
salvage
Zam's
something
gonna
here.
jump.
He's brought the team back. Can't two-shot Gwen in time.
wants some
Gungan's
time.
gonna run away. Hot size? Okay, yeah, he's getting out of there. He was on top of the roof, but backs up. They bought a little bit of time. They're down 2 for the side of Witness Gaming, so there is some room. Cozy, Darkest Nights, they will indeed spam this at least a little bit to see if anything can happen. High Five still in the thick of it, bringing Caps back, blasted just a tad, but will indeed die. And, you know, that could have been a really good high-risk play, but the fact that it doesn't work out means there's going to be a soldier down, no forward respawn, no ability on 2. You get this force, and Dingo is just blind bombing, the timing has been off.
Kev is
They're
getting
actually
nuked.
they're just through bridge. They're going for this.
Dingo's behind trying to get Kev. He is going to get Kev.
Yeah, this Uber didn't really work out too well. I mean, there's a trade. They get, you know,
there was 3 people chasing Dingo, that's why.
Yeah, but 3 people chasing Dingo, I mean, there's a lot of room from the side of Darkest Nights to work their way in through early. High Five, once again, buying some space, will die, but it is kind of traded out as over on the side.
Logan's
able
behind.
to kill Glenn. There's no room too much for the side of WG. I mean, Logan's on the floor, gets cleaned up, unable to take the pack, unable to kill him, and not only do they keep this cap, this is no forwards that anyone could ever use, but they're just straight through underpass, bomb through, blind bomb, surf from Speedy, will go ahead and get the pack and is A-okay, as Kev Sniper's the only thing preventing the side of Darkest Nights to just cap 2 for free and keep moving.
Oh,
they're caught. They're kind of caught.
Oh, Dingo.
Oh, they're inside of his model. Sai 152 kill. He's out for more. He's trying to he's actually going to give up his life. The Hubada does die. They are, once again, they're just on top of each other in these tiny little hallways. Witness Gaming. It's just Logan left alive as Quacks is a respawner, right? Where is Quacks? I don't see him.
Where is
there
Quacks? He's hiding in
He's hiding in a corner. Okay.
I like
that.
That actually could work. I don't know if they're. He has no idea.
Zam didn't see it.
He's buying time.
Yeah, he's buying time. He steals the pack too. Zam can't have it, so this is gonna bring them back.
If he lives, oh wait, they get High Five. Okay,
yeah, High Five.
That actually ended up working out.
Yeah, went to try to kill Hubada, dropped him down to like 25 or so, unable to get the frag by himself. So that was enough to make sure they couldn't just steamroll it off a player advantage or anything like that. And get exhibitioning on last, but Caps is once again going for this play. He has set it up. He set it up early, at least. He set it up early so they couldn't.
It'll work this time, right?
But we'll see. We'll see if they tease. Oh no, Gungan is paranoid about it.
They're just using it. Wait, he baited it. He actually baited it. He left once Gungan oh, but now there's no stickies on point.
Kev died though. They put stickies on point just to get the soldier that bombed it, and
I'm starting to think stickies might need to be placed somewhere else.
I mean, maybe. I mean, that's the thing.
Third time's
that's
the
thing
charm,
about
though.
that. If you go for that play, you don't get stickies on the cap. You have to jump away, which means that you probably end at like the end of the bridge. You can throw a couple, and then even then you're not really safe. It's really high risk, and
yeah, I take it back. Third time is definitely the charm. He'll get it next time.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Third time is definitely the charm.
The thing is, even if you get the scout, they're just gonna Uber in and kill you. I can see it working. I feel like that's a pug strat.
It's like a once in a blue moon to throw them off type of deal, but
okay.
we'll see how it works.
Sai
out
is
in the
taking
future.
a lot of damage.
The health for Darkest Nights is so bad, and Sai is the first one to die, like you said. It seems like the initial positioning from the side of the Darkest Nights is not very good. There is nothing to prevent these Witness Gaming soldiers and Demo from being able to spam them down very, very heavily. Something's got to change here for these Darkest Nights mids if they want to start taking them more at all, or at least more convincingly for the times they do find success. Got to see some sort of like fake aggression, like fake bombs, anything to get them not looking at Sai, because Sai has no room. Maybe like one of the scouts trying to tease the point or something, get on top of it with a winger jump. But the Witness Gaming spam, it's worked so far. It's just worked now, and they're in a pretty good spot to try to go ahead and break this stalemate. Got a heavy out in the field, can't really cover the doors properly, sitting far back. So they're able to peek just a tad. There is some open room for them to try to get some damage on a Dingo.
Dingo's getting kind of duped by Caps. But High Five and Quack's gonna trade, so both teams down a soldier. We do Zam on the Pooter, just posted up on the bridge.
Oh, he gets the hero, he's alive.
Nice clutch bow there from Speedy, making sure. Otherwise, Sai was almost certainly a goner.
Yeah, but 1 for 1. Could go again if they really wanted to. Less people watching doors, more room for opportunities if you can find the right moment.
Sai's hurt again. Sai is taking so much damage.
Yeah, the thing is they have a heavy, so they can't really
Oh, wait, that was a huge play from Kev. Kev bombs around and gets Dingo watching the door, so that's going to be a soldier pick, and they don't have a no trade this time, so they're just up a spanning staff. Zam gonna get off Buddhist. They're gonna have a gun.
The gun's
gonna bomb. They're gonna
bomb
on side. Oh, he's so hurt. They're gonna drop him.
They Uber to try to save him, and they aren't successful. This Heavy was unable to really.
Wait, Logan!
Oh,
Logan's the last!
He's on the point. He was hiding.
Just hit under the bridge.
Yeah, as soon as the Uber went out, everyone scrambles, and they're really trying to see if they can get this Uber out of the side of Hubada to make it not disad, but not enough people around the point to be able to make sure the Logan doesn't just take it out from under their noses. So 2-1 still in Darkest Night's favor, but Witness Gaming will indeed claim that round.
That was hiding under that bridge. Honestly, sometimes just makes you like the Invisible Man. It definitely worked there as a nice little kind of pseudo back cap, and gonna end up being the first round on the board for Witness Gaming. Let's see which demo is gonna immediately not be in mid, and it's and Sai is already like reaching. Oh, he gets mode at least. Okay, so Sai might have a mid, but now Gungan's not in mid, and
he gets an arrow. He's
the
fine.
health for the Darkest Knights was terrible at the turn of that mid. It's recovering now, but I don't know if they're going to be able
it's
to
not
recover.
recovering anymore. Yeah, they've recovered a bit, and now it's back in the trash can. Both medics, though, were pretty
Prax
weak.
is trying to fake bomb, and that's an... Oh, Logan's actually be the first to fall, though, so after all that, Prax is going to live with one. And literally 5, going to preserve his between Gwendolyn's eating
they might
bows.
fight this still. They're a bit separated though. Like all the explosive classes indoors, they're able to get some trades, but they gotta shape up and get together. They guess actually wait, yeah, the trades. It's on to Speedy. I didn't even notice that.
96%.
Pretty good, and yeah, so close yet so far away to reach that Uber, and it was a bit more even this time. Darkest Knights made some improvements, but Witness Gaming still on top of things when it comes to their spam and their timings. The recovery is not exactly enough right now for the side of Darkest Knights to take these mid fights. So full Uber from Hubada, lived throughout it all. The Speed's dead, and they're going to be able to use this to try to break themselves into two. Last time they Ubered immediately through house. This time it looks like they're going alley instead, trying to take things slow. But in classic Witness Gaming fashion, there is not a soldier with him quite yet. Quacks is on the way, but the bomb's already come in, and
they
doesn't even get the force.
Yeah, Cats is streaming forward, but not much to be had there as they're looking behind for Zam. A lot of players kind of trying to hunt down Zam. 25 HP. Logan is going to end up cleaning it off, but they have to get the second point here before they want to take this refight. But they're going to wait for the respawners by the time. Caps is peeking the door. They might try to dry this, honestly, if they're Chads.
Quacks is just in. Oh, I think he messes up his jump, though. So
he does,
really have
but
the room
honestly,
he
bought the space anyway. Sai is like... Okay, they're going to get
but the damage is way too monumental. They're going to be able to get a consolation frag, but... you know, it's not really enough to stop this push coming from the side of Darkest Knights. Only down one, not too afraid of that. Not afraid of back Caps either. Caps shows himself really aggressive at the shutter. They're going to work their way through. They know there's people on the bridge to kill Caps. They might just die. Actually, he's not in the bonfire. Nice air shot onto Kev. Going to blast him out of the server as Logan has gotten behind, but the Cap has gone through. I think they know the scout is behind. Going to clean up by the side of Zam. And Quacks is on Spy a bit late, but might be able to get a decent frag.
Those off timings usually work.
All four are in the hallway. Gungan behind though, does he know? Oh, he didn't see Gungan rolling out. He just ran into him.
So unfortunate. The spy plays have not been too clean tonight.
Yeah, it's not been a spy night at all.
Yeah, sometimes there's good spy nights and there's bad spy nights. Tonight, definitely they still from the.
Oh my god, the spam! He just eats a stray pipe. Speedy.
Kev is behind and they don't know. Kev jumped over their heads, and now
Sai's gonna die.
Oh, this is a disaster. Kev's behind. Oh, he's gonna get the pack. Can he kill Gungan? Maybe? Oh, they can't even back up because Kev. Okay, they're gonna back up, but they're actually. Nope, man, they're all dead. Yep. That's gonna be a massive flip. So huge plays there. A disaster Uber. Kev bombing behind it. That once I saw the players behind it, the Uber didn't get any kills and Sai died. That was back to last.
Yeah, starts a bit unlucky that, you know, a stray pipe is the thing that scares Speedy, but then the fact that Kev got behind and no one went back for him or was aware of him, they're still really aggressive. I don't think Sai got the memo. He just died on the bridge expecting people to actually stay on two instead of actually going backwards in alley. So a bit separation there in the heat of the moment, and I think
look at this side trap.
That's kind of been the trend for the side of...
Sai has stickies on the second crate.
He does. I guess he just kind of forgot about him. I mean, it's been the trend with Darkest Knights, though. When things get scrappy in the heat of the moment, it does not seem like everyone's on the same page until a call is actually made. Everyone's intuition on what are we doing does not seem to be all there, but they're just drying in. They don't want to use this Uber. They're saying, hey, we don't think we have a sniper, and Dingo's just dead. They drop Gwen to the gun.
Oh, but the gun under the bridge actually bought a lot of time. But High Five's so hurt. He's going to get both, and they're going to actually, now they're able to get, they're all so hurt.
No beam. And they have a pyro and a heavy, unable to really block the Cap, so just Cap goes in favor of Witness Gaming. They've tied up the game 2-2.
Kev kind of had a nuke there at the end, and the pyro was staring at him, but the rocket still hit the medic anyway, so I don't think it would have mattered, but definitely didn't help, as that's going to be a second round, and we are indeed tied up here at Metalworks with WG and Darkest Knights.
Yep, 10 minutes or 9 minutes on the board,
we do have 9 minutes left, so there is a lot of time to get some rounds here and there, but Darkest Knights, I think, got to be sweating a bit.
Yeah, at least a little bit. You definitely have your life on the line here as you're down a map, but a lot of good spam on both sides. The scouts, though, from the side of Darkest Knights are definitely in the red, and they will be the first
Darkest
one to
Knights
fall.
are not.
They're still dropping like dominoes. They cannot get out of here properly. Something's going wrong here with Quacks. goes down, drop down, gets some damage on the Gunga, but it's not quite enough to kill him quite yet. He's still looping around. Scout class is a powerful thing. Is able to get the pistol kill. His high five tried to get on the Hubba will indeed die to the solemn vow as Hubba is able to collect that frag. And for the 2v2 scenario, Gungan trying to challenge Caps. The pipe on a Speedy, though he can't commit, needs the pack, and will able to take it. Respawners are not in anyone's favor necessarily, but Caps gets another pipe and Speedy has to use. He fears getting piped a third time and doesn't want to drop, so just uses. And that's going to be pretty big from the side.
There's a lot of Gungan
behind them.
just ran past Gungan.
Gungan
there's a Gungan's getting hunted down by 5 blue team members, but red team not even going to get the point here, which is there goes Dingo. Maybe nope, Dingo is going to get the pack as to be able to at least maybe preserve his life. Nope, they're actually high five and Dingo are going to die. So Kev typing in, oh my god, a little bit of a disaster here. High five saying GG. Was there a massive air shot? Oh, there was. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then they try to get the last bit of damage, and Logan were unsuccessful as well. So it's not even a player ad, or it's not even on players that they could try to work with. No spam available is extra bad for the side of Darkest Nights. It means they're unable to really slow down this 2-cap at all. I mean, they could leave an NG on last and kind of sit in lobby and try to slow things down, but unable to really do that with the players they have available. But at least they're 80% the classic, just go back to Metalworks' last theory, and they have the Pyro up near the crates to protect the gun, but they're kind of picking the wrong door. You know, they're trying to play the best they can in terms of denying, and Logan a bit early will get dropped to 7 HP by the gun. The Uber comes out.
Sai hitting a nice air pipe.
But the pipe onto Quacks, able to kill him, and Hubba Uber running out. High five on the chase, able to get the frag. Kevin as a last hurrah to try to get any frag, but will not succeed at collecting one. Gwen, however, will get the frag into high five. Running away for now is overall pretty successful. Nice shots all around, and they hold on for a bit longer. The side of Darkest Nights able to retake 2 for free, and I don't
I think the nice double there. That's all I saw.
They won't be able to take mid for free, but they technically have a small ad. They could try to walk early. Witness Gamer are trying to play off this one soldier advantage, but it's not even that much of an advantage. Kev is not here. It is a 5v5. This is a coin flip scenario.
Just screaming forward. Kev's just
this is very deep for a coin flip scenario. They get Speedy. It doesn't seem like the Darkest Nights were really prepared for this. Finally, Respawns come in. High five able to get Logan, but they are losing people continuously as Dingo, last one left alive. And despite things, you know, not necessarily being so much advantageous in their favor, I think maybe the surprise factor and maybe discipline is what kicked things off in the fight to make sure that Witness Gamer were able to come out on top despite losing a couple people. And the fact that Hubba lived and he died is huge for this as well. Dingo
Caps walked in and got shot by 6 players. I think literally every player was shooting Caps. And Caps died, but at what cost, really?
Yeah, I mean, you got your man, but you lost Speedy. So back to last to go, and this could be the thing that tips Witness Gaming in the lead. There's still some time on the clock, so this won't end things, but down through bridge they go. Last time they moved, this time they're going in straight. Caps gets the double on the side, on to get the frag, but they are able to get the kill onto the gun while everyone's fully reset. Speedy surfs on top of the box, trying to get some Caps.
Logan gets 2-tapped by Zam, though.
Speedy does indeed die. They kill a lot of people, though, trying to escape away. Hubba blasting back to make sure that he can surf his way out of there and is escaping for now, but high five on the chase, sees Hubba in his sights, eats the pack and is trying to jump forward, mines arrows, mine the solemn vow. He died once and he'll die again.
Got his
this
man.
Time he will get his man, unlike the
mid and got my one.
And high five says same, so I mean, you can't be too mad at it, but the late medic death there is going to be huge for the side of Darkest Nights. But Witness Gaming is still streamlining in. Note there's respawners that are happening from the side of Darkest Nights. They don't have all the positioning in the world, but there's still reason for them to fight it. They're trying to poke around. They're able to get the frag on the Kev. Need to re-heal though if they want to try to able to go for anything. Make sure that Logan is go for any back cap, and you will get dropped down to 29 HP. And out through onto the cap. Logan trying to escape through underpass. Zam on the chase, trying to pistol him down and scatter him down as best he can, but will survive at 11 HP. So Wit is going to be able to retreat and reach his teammates on mid. As the Kev sniper is out on the field here for I think the first time for this map. Second time for this map is in Darkest Nights. Have an ad for like 35-40%. Probably won't take it too slow, but
this is the exact scenario Kev played sniper before too, actually.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, I remember it now. Seeing the sniper here is definitely going to speed things up, but the question is will Kev hit his first shot on the soldier making spaces? Actually, they don't want to take the 35% ad.
It's eyes on pain train.
They would rather play 2, which was I think a lot of teams. There's a respectable amount of teams that are not that comfortable sitting on their own 2. So big confidence from them.
I feel like pushing Metalworks mid from second is like even with Uberhead is sometimes just like impossible. So I kind of get it, but it's also like I don't know if you're just gonna reset on second, like that's kind of you know. I don't know if that's a way you can play a map, just like reset on second every time.
Yeah, but it's also like being on your own second is like Some teams do not know how to do that really well.
Ooh, Dingo.
But Dingo finds the shot on Quacks, able to get in. Is he gonna escape? No, gets scattered down by the side of Gwen. So overall 1-for-1 trade, both demos taking some damage, will survive throughout it all. Kev still on the move. This is actually, in a way, better for the side of Witness Gaming, as there's less spam to kind of thwart Kev backwards. They have to fully commit with their lives to actually get him to back up.
Yeah, just post up Kevin Valley, and there's only one soldier who can high bomb.
Yeah, less of a bomb threat.
Speaking of which, here he comes.
He's going in now. Is committing, not a fake. Actually landing, but no follow.
He
gets the kill to Hubba, though. He gets the best frag that he could. I guess Hubba thought that maybe he could just eat the pack or something and maybe eat an extra rocket, but does indeed drop the Uber. Now they're just on the move through house, at least trying to. They're taking some damage. Logan and Caps are behind, kind of. Logan will indeed die. Caps kind of out by his own, might get chased by the side of Gungan. Tries to jump away. 4 HP will indeed die. They're still on the move. They want the sniper kill. They know they have better movement, and they will indeed get that frag, as Gwen and Hubba are going to be the sole survivors. Actually, Hubba wasn't even a survivor. It's just Gwen.
There's a back cap, but times
Quacks,
8.
Yeah, Quacks is another survivor, but yeah, not beating the times 8. So he is going to be behind. Might have to fight high 5 ruling out, or they might end up finding each other, but second is going to be free. And it's a very small ad, but you never know. I mean, I guess we probably won't see it really amount to anything, but Soldier Duel Quacks the pre-fire. He pre-fired the health back and got the frag. Now Zam has come back to try to help high 5, but Quacks gets it again. He wins 2 separate 1v1s, and now will eat the pack for himself and still be way behind. Darkest Nights, even if Quacks doesn't come and help immediately, there's still player advantage for the side of Witness Gaming to go ahead and try to peek out on it too, and they're just conceding. They've given it up. They're afraid of Quacks being immediately behind them, and rightfully so. He's just gone. He's running away. He's out of there on 2.
Can somebody stop this man? Okay, Dingo's looking at him. I feel like they have to respect that now. Like, if you win 2 1-guns in a row, you have to, like, make a concerted effort, like, you know, coordinated effort to kill that guy, because otherwise he's just gonna rain havoc.
It goes back to what I said about the way the Darkest Nights push last sometimes, is like their team kind of just does things instead of just actually, like, double-checking that everyone's timing is right. Quacks will finally die in the backlines. They get a kill on the Kev earlier as well, so no soldiers means it's actually really hard to get this force out of Speedy inside alley. He can actually get a bit more aggressive, and I think they recognize that it's going to be too tall of a task. They cut their losses. They go back to last, getting ready to start building up the gun, but Darkest Nights, they know this gun is at max level 1. If there's any time to sack, it would be now to rip a 2-man. Zam's in. Same could be said for high 5. Hubba's near the spawn. They're trying to go for anyone they can.
He's gonna get it.
Just capping, so much cap time. Pipes on the Kev and Caps. There's only 2 left to line. Hubba uses. He tries to save his players. The side gets 2 at the back end of things. The Uber's extended from the side of Speedy's overall 2v2 with this gun. Gungan can't fight this gun.
No,
he gets the pistol
gun fell down. Oh, he has a
know
boomstick.
Respawners are coming, though. He knows respawners are coming.
Yeah,
He can't fight this. And the crits.
They saw that glow stick and they just...
They're respecting the Logan. Yeah, he has the
I
crits
would
available.
respect him. Look at, he literally has crits. What can you do?
Yeah, not much.
Yeah,
But back to square one.
Back to square one indeed, but only 30 seconds left, so this is going to favor the Darkest Nights if Witness Gaming can't hold on to this last push, because they're going to be able to sit pretty, get this, you know, if they can get this last push, then that's the map, and they're on to map 3.
And we're looking at a moment where I don't think Witness Gaming is ever going to counter-sack or push unless, like, they accidentally 3-man or something from the side of Darkest Nights. There goes one. Dingo tried to find his way in through on the side of the gun. Wasn't really covering that well, but will not be so successful. And with both soldiers at like half HP, that's even more of a reason for them to not go for a counter-sack. They're actually not even getting in lobby, so they've definitely said, yeah, it's infinite overtime. We want another mid-fight. We've won every single mid-fight almost, if not every single one so far this match. We don't care about being on 2. We just want to go to mid. The sniper has been revealed. I think got a body shot on Gungan. Gungan tried to secure the frag, but instead escapes at 10 HP. That's going to slow things down and bide some time off the clock, which is pretty good for the side of Witness Gaming. Got the gun rebuild up fully to level 3. They're kind of all around each other. I mean, I would hope for Witness Gaming's sake that they disperse at least a little bit. They finally, spread out at least a bit. But Cozy, Darkest Nights, they got a little bit of time. They have some time to work with, but not too much. They really got to get something going here if they want to make sure that they win this this map.
Oh, Kev might get a kill. Oh no, he shoots himself. He's gonna get the kill, but he's gonna trade it. But Caps, he gets 2. And Quacks is in. They're losing everyone. It's just Dingo and Speedy, and Caps is trying to bomb in, but might actually find himself dying. Is Dingo? They're gonna get out, but they're gonna lose that point. And for Witness Gaming, that's that's pretty. I know they wanted the round reset, but you definitely take those. Everyone just kind of exploded No
Yeah,
Ubers
it looks
exchange,
like-
so it's gonna be even.
They're going for a 2-man at the same time. 2 people died to the same trap in main, like by the
Yeah.
shutter. So it's gonna be 4 people down, and it's
Zam
still
sniper.
stalemate. Yeah, still stalemate, but instead it's gonna be between mid and 2, and the Zam sniper is indeed out on the field. Time reset, which in a way the time reset might be kind of good for the side of Darkest Nights because they
Cracks
don't
is
want to fight another
eyeballing.
mid fight. And yeah, bombs in, on to Speedy, surfs out, is at the truck, and
The damage
melee
is actually
kill-
so high.
Yeah, or actually not even the melee kill, but Zam tried to go for the melee to get extra damage. And another bomb from Kev, gonna be a little bit of a fake. Zam popped with the air, is fine for now, a bit weak, but is a-okay. And High Five actually commits behind the lobby. The entire team goes back from him. I don't think he really expected that, and we'll get the support though.
Oh, Logan's gonna
will
die,
indeed
though.
They're really far forward, and yeah, they have to go back to last, so really great plays from the side of Darkest Nights, recognizing this Zam sniper. It doesn't even need to get kills. The way that Witness Gaming is playing against snipers does not seem to be,
Mango's just in.
you know,
Oh, he's
nothing
gonna
to
get
be in. And it
caps.
gets caps. There's no sex here. And but Kev, kind of behind though, doesn't get anything. I
They're
mean,
just
they're so
bleeding
weak.
players.
There's like 3 different players that are red HP, but that's not enough to collect the frag. But they're going in before they're healed up. Zam just walks in. Quack's able to get that frag. Will
High
he
five's
die
coming
for
in
it?
from the
They're just
side. Oh,
running
they're
in.
not looking at high five.
Yeah,
Okay, they're
Uber
finally
exchange.
looking at him now. There is gonna be an Uber exchange. They're gonna get their players though, but they gotta be careful. Sai's trying to spawn camp and he might
He's trying to spawn
caps.
kid. He gets caps as a demo man trade, but I mean, this is not going to end well for the side of Darkest Nights unless they win right now. They get the kill on the Kev. They got to commit now, either onto the point or onto some sort of frag. Speed's committing. They are all or nothing right now. They're really trying to go for this. Speed, really weak. Dingo on top of the point, gets the kill on the Logan. 2v2, but there's respawners available for the side of Witness Gaming in 1 second. Zam coming in late. They
no.
kill Hobbit. They really went all in for it and are able to secure the match 3-2. Both teams taking each other's maps, and we are indeed going to Sultry as the third and deciding map.
We are going to the third and deciding map. I feel bad for Caps that last fight. He was the first pick when he was under the bridge. Then he rolled out and died to side, like the enemy demo in his spawn, just trading for him. So what? Like they just didn't have a demo for the entirety of that like minute-long last hold. Very tragic, but gonna be moving on to Sultry, which is another Darkest Nights pick.
Sultry, despite being in the pool for so long, is still a dark horse map for so many teams. You like unless you're lucky enough to like have scrounged logs or like watched player streams or like talk to players or anything like that, you see Sultry as the map being played between 2 teams, and there's a 90% chance you have no clue what's gonna happen. Like, there's so much that teams will refine on this map still, or at least change. That's not necessarily like quote unquote meta or the best, but the fact that it's new is like, oh, how do we break this? And then that eats enough time away to where you don't have enough time to get your sacks off or do your plays or whatever, and then it's a reset. So
Yeah.
no telling what's gonna happen there.
No telling what's gonna happen indeed. As I don't know, for the side, they're trading both each other's map picks. So does that mean that because this was a Darkest Nights pick, it's gonna be now Witness Gaming's gonna win, or is it the other way around now? Yeah, no, Darkest Nights pick the map, so now Witness.
If the pattern continues,
Yeah, that is the pattern.
but
I have
patterns break eventually.
Oh, they're on a
is-
new version of Sultry. I have to download them.
Yeah, I also have to download the map.
Okay, it's not just me. I was like,
Yeah, I know.
All right.
When you look at the stats here for now, you can kind of see what's up. Both pocket scouts for the side of both teams. When it comes to the stat lines, they definitely secured the frag to their team and survived throughout it all, but some slight differences in terms of just a thing here and there. I think actually, for the most part, it's.
Look at Caps' heals per minute.
I
Again.
think the big differences I think is probably the roamer damage and the flank scout KD is probably the.
I don't think I've
ticket
ever seen
here.
Caps play demo and not take the top heals. Have you seen that?
Well, I mean, Cap's demo was in Pugs and then in this team, and then Cap's demo like Pugs are a wild wasteland. Your pocket is probably playing
Caps always
roamer,
gets top
and
heal
then
with Pugs. It's physically. I've seen a lot of Caps demos Pugs, and he's always the tank in Pugs too. It's not a team thing. I mean, hey,
If
it
it
works.
works.
Yeah, no
well,
flame.
I guess
If
it didn't
works,
work.
it works.
I guess it didn't work this map, but
No,
in general,
yeah.
if it works, it works. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Just gotta be careful to not get figured out, is all. Because you know, if Caps is taking all the heals, then you know other people might be a bit on the weaker side. Logan, lowest healed per minute in the server, but also the lowest DPM in the server. It might be a bit of a correlation there. So it's
All
a
right,
little give and take.
I have
you
the
know?
map now. We have done it. We have accomplished the impossible.
Success. I have it too.
I have to bring it to my I have to go through the whole process here. All right.
Process? What? No, we're playing Sultry.
True. I had to download process. When they updated to a new version, I like didn't have process for one of the casts, and I was like beside myself as to how that could possibly happen. Like I thought it was a default map.
It's like, how do you not have process? It's just like the refresh versions or whatever.
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't know. I've like not having a map that you've played for 10 years is kind of a bizarre feeling.
Yeah, it can trip you up for a couple seconds till you realize what's up.
All right, I am now in the
Sultry,
server.
Sultry, we get a pass though. All right, so when it comes to what to expect for this map, there's only a handful of things that I think are universal between a lot of teams.
The
There's
mid,
like
the mids
there's like
can
two
kind
different
of
there's like two different mids, unless you're crazy and want to do like an underneath mid. Well, I guess that's a bit incorrect. Like if you want to be technical to say there's two different mids, but like, you know,
yeah.
it's like
there's
when
two
I
stuff,
say
yeah.
that when I say that I mean like gully wash style. Like there's two
Yeah,
different
yeah.
mids. Like there's not two gully washed mids, but like there's at its core,
There's two like,
left
are we
and
going
right.
left or right? Or,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
Unless
So
unless
there's
we're
a-
doing something crazy like let's go under.
Yeah, so there's that. People can't push last, or no, they can't break last.
Yeah.
Push is both. People can't do anything on last.
Yes.
You have
I
to-
do remember that.
If you want a round, you have to either pray and get lucky, or you have to do something phenomenal on 2 and then steamroll it.
Yeah.
Besides that, I expect the amount of sniper to stay the same that we've seen so far this game.
I want to see at least
Probably.
one spy kill. I want to see a spy get a kill. We haven't seen it yet, but I believe in the between like all 12 players in the server. I think someone can do it. I think
it's possible.
I think if anything, it has to be like high five for someone. It has to be someone who doesn't play spy that much. Also, think of the predictions here. I predict that I think the mids are gonna be like. I feel like I don't know. Do you think this is the kind of mid where, like, they're gonna go play and just vaporize? One team's gonna vaporize and there's gonna be a lot of deaths, or is it gonna be one of those neither team's gonna commit kind of mids? Because on process there was a lot of like not committing at first. Metalworks people were just exploding.
I feel like Witness Gaming might be better at the mids if the style of mids stay the same, where you just try to like, Metalworks will play it slow and just spam and stuff and see how it goes from there. And it's like, I feel like if that's how the mids are played once again, then Witness Gaming are probably going to be a little bit better at that, because, you know, they didn't do that on process, but they did it on metal, and it worked pretty well for them. But the rest of the map, I feel like Darkest Nights are probably a bit favored. Not only did they pick it, so obviously they've practiced it enough to be like, yeah, we're good at this map. But I'm still kind of, I don't know. I think the benefit of like, Witness Gaming seemed pretty coordinated when they pushed last. Like that boon that I had as more favorable than Darkest Nights is like gone now because of this map. Like it doesn't matter if you're coordinated at pushing last on this map. You can still find a way to lose it, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas like the thing I was like, well, it seems like the Darkest Nights transitions are a bit better, making sure that they don't take tons of damage as they get through chokes. That is still very much prevalent here. They still take that, they're able to keep that advantage. So I think that combined with them picking the map, I still think it's going to be the same, where it's like you don't see very many round conversions, like maybe even less. I'll say 1-0 Darkest Nights. 1-0.
1-0.
1-0 Darkest
That's
Nights.
a spicy score. You know what? I'll actually go the opposite. I'll say 5-0 Witness Gaming.
Really? Why is that?
I just my brain says no, but my heart says yes.
All right, I can respect that.
I feel like, you know, Witness Gaming, after losing a nail-biter on Metalworks, they're probably cooking up something good.
Hopefully, at least for an entertaining game. Especially eyes are going to be on them because this isn't their map pick. So, I mean, as soon as they learned this was the map, you know, they gotta. I mean, they didn't ban it, so obviously they can't be too bad at it, right? Like
You only have
ban
so many
stuff-
bans, though.
Yeah, you only have so many bans. I mean, maybe they. I didn't check like the logs in Doug to see how many times. I usually do that to see how many times they've ever scrimmed the map before. Sometimes it's a situation where it's like, oh, we played like Gully Wash and we sucked at it versus this team, and we don't know what to do to fix it yet, so we need to ban it. But it sucks because we haven't played Sultry yet, so like it's kind of don't know what to expect. We don't know if we're good at it or not, you know. So let's hope for their sake and for the sake of a good game that win this game, and they at least have something cooking up. They had a little bit of time once the maps were picked to put some focus on it if they wanted to, but then again, it's a BO3. You can only practice the map so many times. The one thing that's interesting about Stage 2 compared to a normal regular season is you would have 8 weeks before you start entering BO3s and have to have a decent pool set up because you might be playing 2 to 3 maps. But now, if you're a fresh team and you're still trying to get coordination down, etc., you only have 4 weeks to start playing BO3s. You have way less time to actually refine your pool. Considering the pool is like 9 maps or something?
Yeah, it's pretty high.
You are going to leave a map or 2 out of this, and you will really get to ban like 1 or 2. But before you start getting into like territory where it's like, oh, we haven't played that map, or like, oh, we played it once, but it was against like a really like not that great team, so it was a 5-0 roll. We didn't learn anything. Like they were doing something wrong, and it was the wrong thing every single time. So, like stuff like that. So, it's a weird era of BO3s that we're in right now, where it's like we're not seeing BO3s of like, all right, you've had your 8 weeks, like let's.
Yeah, everyone has everything fully set up, ready to go.
And that's probably why you see map trades too.
Yeah, people are actually kind of discovering things during the BO3s.
You see like obviously these aren't like the mid-invite teams or whatever because we're playing the uppers, but you'll see like low to mid-invite teams that'll be like, yeah, we're Snakewater gods. We out of like 16 matches. We
played a lot of Snakewater.
We played, out of 16 matches, we've played 8 Snakewater games.
Yeah, we 8 Snakewater, 5 Process, 3 Sunshine, and it's like,
so
wait, I can't play those
research.
maps.
It's like you pick your map and you're really good at it, and then you win your map pick like really convincingly, and then the third one is the big deal. But now we're in an era where it's like the map you picked, like sure you're confident on it, that's why you picked it, but it's not like you've played it for so long. You played it a handful of times, just like all the other maps. It's just like a confidence thing. Or maybe like, oh, we scrimmed them on it once and we did really good. Like that type of deal.
You definitely need to have a wide pool for the BO3s, just because there's only so many maps you can ban, and like you only need to theoretically be good at 3 or 4 or 5 of the maps, but especially with like King of the Hill, kind of throws a wrench in the works, because if you're just like a bad cop team, that makes your map picks so much harder.
You can't be too upset at it though if you end up losing some of these games. Where you feel like, oh, if you were able to refine it a bit more, we could have done better, because it's not like these BO3s are elimination.
Yeah, that is the next thing.
Before it'd be BO3, if you lose the BO3 and you weren't able to refine your map pool, you are down a bracket or gone. But with these, you could straight up, like, you could lose every single game in Stage 2, and technically you could win Invite. That's not going to happen, obviously.
Yeah, true.
Like, that's just the format, right? So you have some leeway until playoffs actually start.
You could just run it up and experiment,
Yeah,
but it's like the famous, if you're good enough to make playoffs, regular season doesn't matter that much. But since everyone's making playoffs, the regular season actually does matter more, because if everyone's making it, then that means you actually have to hopefully get some sort of advantage in playoffs.
Yeah, you don't have to play good per se. You like to your standards. You can like, oh, we usually beat this team, we lost it, and like against them. Oh no, like you don't. It's okay if that happens. You just can't play like that bad and like lose and lose and lose, because then you start like at the very end of like lowers, right? Or at least this is upper bracket. So the worst you can start is like 6th place, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm getting a sick ad right now. I was seeing the thing. How long do we think the game's gonna take? As a more serious prediction, I know I don't get too predictions, but I will say I think that Witness Gaming is going to win. But I think it'll be a little closer than 5-0.
I'm predicting a 43-minute 1-0.
That's honestly, you're a masochist, and I love it. I respect
wait, I didn't think about infinite overtime. I was thinking about like years ago.
It could be 0-0 at the end of 30 minutes.
I don't think it's gonna be 0-0 at the end of 30 minutes though.
Okay.
I think it'll be 2-0 Darkest Nights.
Okay, 2-0 then. There's going to be a round.
They'll get around in the 30 minutes, and then they'll, like, end it.
Yeah, I thought you were just like a
10
chat. I thought
later.
they just weren't going to cap in 30 minutes.
No, I think one, like, an 18-minute round sounds, like, reasonable for this map.
Yeah, that does sound reasonable, yeah.
The mid
maybe they'll just wipe on mid. We'll see. Speaking of which, yeah, it is a spam mid. Both teams are...
Oh, C's health.
Oh my god,
C's health. It's exactly as we predicted. The spam for Witness Gaming is just better. Dingo, yeah, he's behind.
Oh my god, the scouts are getting multiple. Oh, caps. Dingo's in, and Dingo gets Humida. So at the very end there, Dingo went behind, and they kind of just lost track of him. they're gonna end up.
Gwendolyn 17. They can't do anything here. Caps almost dies to a speedy arrow. He's dropped to 32 HP now. They've won. They didn't win mid, if you know what I mean. They're gonna lose this pretty handily. They have no setup. I mean, Kev, he's full health from eating health packs. Seems like they're a bit slow, Darkest Knights, to start pushing immediately. They're not gonna chance an unwatched door, so they're getting their whole squad, which means Witness Gaming gets their whole squad. So I guess it's not free after all. They're playing it super safe. Going through Frog here is Boiler is going to be the exit of choice for the side of Witness Gaming, and they're pretty much already out. No jumps, no sacks, no nothing.
And they tried to spam
at the end of the day.
They tried to spam the door, and the spam unfortunately just did not hit. Hate to see it, but that is going to be 50% add, and they're going to try to get in with this. And Blue Team's playing like, oh, there goes Quacks getting sent to the skybox, and Blue Team is just continuing to hold the S key and just back up all the way to last, and they still have add enough to push off.
Yeah, that's a big target from the side of High Five, because Quack was probably the person that was going to go for the Force. So as soon as he is not in position because he gets bombed and actually eats the rocket, there's nothing to force Speedy at all. No one else is ready. So they get 2 free points back to back and are finally able to break the stalemate. No gun up yet. Oh no, it's back at the spawn. It's level 2. It was in its building phase, so Dingo actually got pretty deep. Unable to get really anything with that. Zam tries to go into salvage and clean up on Dingo's damage, but there's not really anything to write about, as the 2-man is pretty much a failure, and Witness Gaming are over in through alley with the majority of their team actually. No one holding lobby whatsoever, as they try to streamline in through and try to make some space off the 2 frags that were given to them. As they're actually just going straight in, and Kev will die. The spam is actually pretty good though. High Five weak, Psy weak. The positioning is pretty passive, but that's going to be it for their attempt at a counter sack. So much damage, but nothing really to write home about, as they're back to square one, back to last, and Dark Knights get another go at trying to break the stalemate.
High Five is kind of just rolling
oh,
both
Dingo
soldiers.
Fights Caps! Oh, the arrow still gets him.
Still gets him, but that's going to be tough because now, no demo to lock down the door speeds. It's just only soldiers to spam this. And Zam's already peeking and prodding, see what they can do. Gonagid's also trying to peek up. Psy's trying to spam, just turn around the soldier out. And he is going to be able to successfully do it, but the gun's in kind of a weird spot. They are going to get it. Then, Psy's got to be careful too. Quax is doing a good job locking it down. Quax is going to get High Five, so that is going to be their sack. Is Red Team going to back up? And a lot of spam being traded back and forth, but no real progress is being made other than killing the gun.
Yeah, I mean, they got the gun, but it took a little bit. High Five had already used up all his HP. He couldn't really go for a sack off the gun. I guess Dingo wasn't ready to go for a sack with the gun dead either. So, they started to get the ball rolling, but the ball did not reach its destination. So no sack attempt there, really. Just a little bit of time chewed off the clock. As I'm sure any team on last is, with how hard this last is to push, I don't think you're too unhappy being here, per se. As long as you're confident in the mids. And once again, Witness Gaming, I mean, they already had, it's only been 1 mid, but we've already kind of seen that when they do play these spam-centric mids, they're able to succeed.
Bombing.
Yep. 3-man? No explosive classes. Zam 10 HP.
They got no one.
Yeah, they need this Kev kill to actually succeed in something right now, but he eats the pack is fine, and with 3 deaths,
they're
psycho exchange. Oh, it's a family Uber for the side of the blue team.
Wait, Zam's on last.
Brings
they know. Oh, he gets
kill him. They're trying to escape in some
chaos.
fashion. Speedy surfs out to choke, is surviving for now. Dingo's inside Boiler trying to escape. High Five has reached Speedy, able to protect him a little bit. The crit ball, the ornament is able to kill Speedy, and Gwendolyn's still on the chase, at least poking and prodding High Five at least a tad, but the cap goes in Witness Gaming's favor. No beam available for the side of Darkest Knights, as Zam is in forwards on Sniper, and that's really the only thing that you have in the tank here to really get anything going for themselves. Dingo's trying to buy some space for his team to be able to lock eyes on anyone, but will just end up giving up his life instead. Hubbard was a bit weak, but is A-okay now as the rest of the team is falling back to 2. And with the Dingo dead, gonna get us forward spawn blocked. They have even less to work with here to actually get this force. I mean, they don't have Uber yet, but they're gonna be able to walk in off the 1 player. They could maybe hold it close if they recognize that the ad isn't quite available, like the Uber isn't available from the side of Hubbard, but I guess they weren't able to keep track of the Ubers to the T, so playing better safe than sorry. Back to last of the Ghost, since it's such a strong thing to hold in the first place, is they're immediately through dungeon before the gun's even built up. Speedy in the air.
Yeah, Speedy in there. Kev and Logan are unable to get in. They are going to get Speedy, and Psy is so hurt, but he's actually going to be able to kite out. He's going to live for now, and actually nobody's looking at Psy. They finally are going to be able to kill Psy, but it's just Zam and his gun. The gun is in a good spot to deny, but they're going to end up getting this cap in the end, and that is the first round for Witness Gaming. 1-0. The possible challenge has been completed.
Yeah, my prediction's already wrong, but point after point, like, they knew they weren't gonna have Dingo dead, and they lingered around on 2. They left super late, unable to get the gun in time. It was building up to level 1 as the Uber came in through lower, and I think they lost Speedy and then Psy in the Uber. They were nowhere near the spawns, able to keep themselves safe. So one round on the board available for Witness Gaming, and so far these types of mids that have been played are definitely in their favor.
This Caps
this
is,
time, Caps, even then,
wait,
even
both
then,
demos,
Psy
both
is the
demos.
first death. No Doman on the field is just sold us to their name when it comes to the explosive classes. Dingo bombing in for Hubba is indeed able to get the frag, trading his life for, but Speedy eats a rocket across the map from Quacks and is able to secure the frag without even a chance to escape. So both teams down a medic, but one player in the favor of Witness Gaming means that the side of Darkest Nights, they're giving up mid.
Both the spam is insane. Like these are like both demos literally can't play the game on mids. They're just dying to like 6 other players shooting them.
In a way, I'm kind of surprised that Darkest Nights have not shied away from this slower like mid. Like I would have expected at this point.
It's like, guys, let's just walk forward.
A run at you mid. Like maybe next mid we'll see a right side mid, and then they'll do like a run at you mid. Like they'll roll out through Frog or whatever, or through Choke to Frog. Something like that, or choke.
Yeah. Or but, just like, guys, let's just double womb and hold W.
Yeah, something. But so far, the Metalworks mids and then these types of mids have played kind of the same way, and it hasn't worked out. So we're just in the mid adjustment waiting room for them. But Witness Gaming, I'm sure they're happy with the state of the game right now when it comes to how the mid side fights are being played. Even Ubers, so they're going to be in the spot to try to go ahead and break the stalemate. As positioning up for the side of the Darkest Nights.
Yeah,
got a decent amount of time on the clock, not too much though, and we'll see how they begin to do it as both teams have their Uber now.
Yeah, waiting for some Uber. Actually, Kev's gonna be the first to bomb. He's gonna do a little bit of a fake bomb, just buying some space. Not really gonna have too much happen, and I think he didn't like what he saw, so he just backed up. And Hamada's also like, okay, they're actually gonna land on a soldier, but Kev's gonna get nuked pretty much instantly. That's gonna sling a retreat. They're gonna get high 5 though. That could signal maybe some more spam. And actually, Psy is just streaming forward and
Quacks behind. Came through Frog.
I think he wanted to get Psy, but unable to. Gwendolyn also might be caught out. Gwendolyn's going to be in it. Gwendolyn is going to be caught out. Could take a bit to dive. That's going to be a 3-man, 3 for 2 on the side of Witness Gaming, and that's going to signal the Darkest Nights to actually enter mid here.
Yeah, overall 2-man. I think Gwen wanted to clean up on Quack's damage, like onto Psy, but it wasn't enough. I mean, Psy took a little bit of damage, but not quite enough. And with 2 being dead, not really being able to hold any doors, with letting Darkest Nights just streamlining in, they make the wise decision to go ahead and back up to their own 2. And now the shoe is on the other foot as Darkest Nights are now in the position with a full clock to be able to try to go ahead and push into this point. Helmet almost got ornamented across the map, but they're on the move through Frog right now. The rest of the team pretty much idle, just watching doors, is trying to make some moves here. Got some traps and stickies laid out in favor of the red team, but High Five jumps in, and let's just say he's unable to jump out.
I wouldn't even say qualify. I don't know if that qualifies as jumping in. He jumped.
He jumped. Kev's in though.
Kev is in.
Out.
Yeah, there's Kev's out.
Drawing eyes though. There's
Caps
no choke
is
now because they
eating
look
the
at
Rex. Actually, you just have to hide in the port, and Dingo is gonna get kind of launched into the skybox. Dingo is gonna fall, so that's gonna be an actual thing they can work off of. The Caps is getting nuked by 2 scouts. Somebody help this man.
Gwen got ornamented too. Logan
is
arrow.
so hurt.
He's not a player right now. He tried to hit an ornament himself.
Oh, they get the force.
They get the force onto the Speedy. The bomb from Quacks. They killed Gwen though as well. Pretty aggressive plays. So overall 2 dead for Witness Gaming, and that's probably probably not as much as they wanted to lose for an Uber. I mean, two man. You can deal with it. You can work with it. They're working with it right now, but definitely it's an opportunity for them to try to push for the side of Darkest Nights, and they're trying, but they're a bit slow at it. If they're way too long, the reinforcements they're going to come in.
They get
Kev, which is step number 1. On to Caps. Unable to get the frag. Zam so close, but yet so far away. His Uber is still available from the side of Hubada, and being down 1 on their flank means no flank plays probably. Just going to be the spam onto the side of Caps and the rest of the combo. But once again, they're actually just through. Dingo's a bit aggressive. Same could be said for High Five, as they're just walking in. They're not really doing too much.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're just leaving.
Behind, but
yeah, they're trying to play off High Five getting behind, but actually, is High Five? He's trying to play a jump map, but there's a scout there saying that no, you cannot play a jump map. You are going to go back to spawn. And on that note, Darkest Nights, they are going to settle back to second, and they might actually have to, like, they can fight second, but they're going to have a 10%, like, very sketchy
it's just a pick in the stalemate.
Yeah, they're taking it a bit too slow, and it is going to be a stalemate, so if they really wanted to be super Omega Chads, they could have taken it, but
the air shot into Kev. They killed Jungin though, so overall 1 for 1.
Dingo's hurt too. They're actually, Dingo's like can't even get both. So they actually, that's enough space for them to actually walk forward. And Zam's gonna get nuked by Caps. And there's gonna be a bomb.
Oh, he misses
Wax
his
is doing
rocket
so
though.
much.
Oh, he gets
He's
a
gonna
little
get
bit.
airplane, but Sai
Gwen's
Sai
in.
protect himself from all these different players just running at him. And
High fives there. Uber
Dingo's
comes out.
behind. Oh, this is so stressful. They're gonna have to use this exchange. It's just a solo. Actually, no, it's a duo, but there's a lot of players behind causing chaos.
Yeah, reinforcements are in favor of the side of Darkest Nights though, and
Oh,
they,
Kev?
they could try to go for something. Oh, Dingo
Okay,
does indeed die.
Kev airshots Dingo. Dingo back
Yeah,
to
never
spawn
mind.
as Quack drops an OMG. Dingo
No
says,
soldiers means time to dry. I mean, they're only missing Quacks. Kev is pretty much there, and it's not gonna be too much longer until Quacks gets there. So they're going in early. Gotta be mindful where the gun is. They aren't able to find it quite yet. It's only level 1 though. Will get cleaned up pretty easily. Losing Gwen though, they're in the corner of death, taking a lot of damage, and the fact they don't really get further than this stupid little corner means that despite having the 2 soldier frags, the dome and spam is all they need to make sure they hold on to this last. And Zam on heavy, got the gun getting built up by Gungan. And double defense means doors aren't going to be held too closely if they're going to be this far back. I mean, they're probably going to move the gun, but even then, it's still going to be a formidable hold to try to break as Witness Gaming is just now getting their Sai is not on the same page.
Logan was just holding W, like literally W taped down.
At the spawn next to the gun and the heavy, and Sai's already forward holding the right side of the door. The miscommunication or positioning of the team is going to get him killed, but the shot from
Zam is holding W.
3 dead
Zam
overall.
is trying to hit the headshot. Unable to hit another one. It's actually Caps almost
Caps
kills
might
him.
die here. He gets air shot, wall
Caps
shot.
gets Zam instead. Actually, they're just
Quacks
dying. Dark trying to get it. It's a nice surf, and that's a 3-man out of last.
That was a pretty, like, it should have been a decent opportunity for the side of Darkest Nights, even though they lost their dome man, but Witness Gaming is holding on strong. They lose their demo, they lose their soldier. They might lose Logan again, depending. They have reinforcements coming in from Kev. Bombed in, gets the force. Logan does indeed die, same to be said for Kev. And
now
overall,
they're 4-manning. What is happening?
Yeah, 4-man for the Uber. I mean, 2 are on purpose, 2 are, like, kind of accidents. But Gwen, trying to give the jukes. No hit scan, so it's going to be easy-ish to live.
Good jukes from Gwen. Actually managed to stay alive, and that's
gonna be huge.
That is going to be huge. Is now they have a scout, to, 2 scouts to lead this, and they are positioned like they might actually, I feel like this is such a hard point to have a leapfrog situation in like this because you have to like you can play so far back on this point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And they're trying to work their way in. It's difficult because if you're far enough to like get this force, you could be far enough to like get Uber on if they like just demo jump through choke. So, but traps on Gwen, that's gonna kill the push. Because they
that's gonna kill the push. It wasn't even like they Gwendolyn just kind of got bored and just jumped around and died. But it's the third map in a best of 3. These things happen.
They're moving around like they think they might have ad. I guess they knew it would be slim. They're still trying to go for it. They know that if they lose 2, it's not the biggest deal.
Do a jump
Dingo,
map.
he's kind of committing. He's able to jump out off the
Logan's
spam.
kind of committing in a corner.
Okay, that's
their sack.
another quote-unquote sack. Zam once again still on heavy. Maybe we'll swap? Yeah, we'll indeed swap back to the gun.
We do have a sentry coming up. There's 3 minutes left to try to break the impossible ass push, but Witness Gaming do have a round up, so they can sit pretty for the time being and actually, play the game.
The gun sniper combo going to be pretty hard to work with anything here. If you try to take positioning, is he commit? Oh, he is committing. Okay, this is going to be the solution probably, because if you try to take positioning to spam this gun while they have a sniper, you either got to counter snipe yourself, which is good luck through the spam, or have a spy play workout. Has been a lot of teams like play.
He's just sapping the gun. Oh,
misclick. Didn't
wait,
click
he
in
lived.
time, and he lives through it. Bomb comes in from Kev.
He sapped it again.
Launched in from Stickies, but Quack's going in. Pause.
That is a pause indeed.
This is attack if I've ever seen one.
Is this attack? The only reason I could foresee attack is if you like.
This is Quack's. This is my prediction. Quacks get the force. Witness Gaming Uber in later with their ad. Round converted. Darkest Night's attack pause.
The gun could conceivably launch Quacks into Speedy. I could see that happening.
Because the pause is in the future, right? You can see.
Yes.
Based on what we see right now, this could be like a force happening and then a round conversion in the future. But we'll see. Maybe it's coincidence. Bombs in, bombs out. Never mind, I'm wrong.
Hopefully it wasn't like if anyone's gonna have internet issues, it could be. There goes Quacks. Dingo's gonna fall though, and Gungan's actually really aggro. Gonna end up backing up and high fives trying to go for a spoon. Unable to get it. Sai's really deep too. Sai is actually kind of playing with fire. Gonna end up backing up as. Hopefully it wasn't like someone lagging. Like who's the biggest like technical issues player in the server?
Biggest technical issues player, Logan's internet.
Yeah, Logan.
Logan and Speedy. It's Logan or Speedy, probably. Bomb comes in. Kev does not succeed. Heavy on the field is going to thwart that attempt, and Logan might die as well. He's poking around a bit. Doesn't need to get scattered down. So overall, 2-man. Quacks is still inside lobby in the hiding spot. Might kill Psy, trying to go for it. Oh,
he's
soldier eats the rocket.
nuking.
Dingo dies for Psy, and make sure this Doman does not perish.
That's actually unironically not a bad. You might as well have your soldier die rather than your demo.
Yeah, so able to apply the spam here before the reinforcements come in. High fives through, and they're actually pushing out with the Uber, trying to find their way through
This
here.
exchange could be sketchy if they're not. This could be. Oh, Psy is so deep.
Where is Psy ending? He's so far forward, just immediately melts as soon as the Uber's over. There's no Doman available for the side of Darkest Night. Same can be said for Gungan on top of the point. They really want to get this cap. They do not want to fight another mid, but the back cap, Logan behind. They're trying to block it. It's just Dingo and Speedy, but they get one shot, two shot. Logan gets the frag.
Well, it's actually crazy.
Witness scanning, and is this where the pause happened? Question mark. Waiting.
Probably.
Waiting for the stutter. Yep, there's the pause.
Yep. So.
Yeah,
Witness Gaming pause.
But Witness Gaming pause. They Witness Gaming tagged.
That's actually such a.
Oh, it was how about his headset was screwed up. Okay, so it wasn't attack. It was just like, hey, let me
so
fix
Logan's
my
hit
audio.
2 back caps so far. Very impressive from Logan.
And we'll see what the trend happens with these mids. Psy is on playing on the right side. They are playing the mid differently for the side.
Just like you predicted.
They're got to change something. Bombs immediately come in. Both sides.
Dingo's behind.
They're not connected. High fives in, but Dingo's going for loop around play. The soldiers on the side of Darkest Night are not on the same page on what they need to be landing
but the
on.
spam,
Caps is
they're
just
actually so
the roof. It's raining down on him. He falls down, but the deed has already been done. Logan, Gungan trapped in the corner.
It's Dingo to salvage, and nobody's with Hubada.
Yeah, he's
but
trying
Dingo
to
misses the
last
rocket.
second. Speedy dies to stickies from Caps. Dingo on the chase. The miscoordination from the side of Darkest Nights. What are you bombing? What are you trying to kill here? They're not on the same thing at all. Even though they knew that they were going to try to immediately go on someone at the very beginning of the mid. They call it's going to be an aggressive mid. They're going in. They're not in the same thing. So they just fall, domino after domino. Witness Gaming still holding strong for these mid fights, even though Darkest Nights have changed a couple things, and now they're in a position where they could potentially be 3 rounds up with 12 minutes remaining.
Yeah, they could even it up in a. So far, Witness Gaming, it hasn't been clean, but they have been able to, breach last twice. So odds are they might be able to do it again after. We'll see how they get it this time. Because last time was a back caps. That I don't know if that counts as a real last push. That's kind of. I feel like Cozy, Darkest Nights, the push out really. Well, they're gonna go in. Let's see if they can get it with the Ubrad.
Get the gun, might find Dingo, trying to chase him down. Goomba stomps them. Caps is trying to jump for it and get the chase on, but high five popping into the air. They're all resupping. This Heavy's on the field still. There's no cap time teasing at all. They're
trying to focus down the Heavy,
spawns.
but
they've lost too much too little. Nice shot from high five onto Gwen, penciling up in the air. Dingo gets the kill on the hub, but it's just Caps left alive, and they're cutting him off. Dingo tries to go for the Mark Garner, but will indeed get the kill just with normal rockets, getting his revenge there. Full wipe. Witness Gaming on respawn waves right now. As
both
Psy's the
soldiers
only
are
one
on
dead.
Spoon. Dingo and High Five are both on the Spoon.
Probably changed after the rollout.
I think they actually both. I don't know. I'll have to check next mid. If they're both on Spoon. Dingo takes immediate damage, gonna back up as High Five's the one who's making space here. Gonna try to get on the point as Witness Gaming gonna back up pretty immediately, just kind of poked, let them know that they were there, then immediately backed up as this is 80% ad, like 70% ad, just
And
getting into second. They're gonna use.
They're chasing him. They're
Caps?
chasing High Five. Yeah, they're gone. Quacks is
Psy.
behind though.
Psy
High Five
lives.
dies behind. Psy lives. Gwen dies. So overall 1-4
Quacks is behind.
Quacks is in boiler right now. He's peeking. He sees time 6 and he's still peeking. He wants people to go chase him, and yeah, he's on the move now. Trying to get people to run back from him, and that's going to make it even easier for the side of Witness Gaming to push out with their ad. They might even have to use. It's pretty much a skeleton crew here on mid, as both flank members are chasing
no
Quacks.
way.
Quacks. No, does not get the final rocket, unable to kill Gungan. So some room bought, but Witness Gaming are unable to take 2 for free off of the distraction. So they have the Uber, but they still need their roamer or pocket to respawn. So they're just chilling it for now. And actually, with waiting for Quacks to respawn, I think they've recognized that their Uber is gone down so far that if they don't kill Speedy with it, they would just get Ubered right back onto it with a second block. So they're not taking the risk. They know where their strength is. They're fine with their last holds. They're really, really fine with the mid fights. They are a-okay sitting here for 4 minutes until it resets. So, Cozy, Darkest Nights, they are on a timer.
Yeah, they have to make something happen. They're gonna send in. Dingo's gonna fall, and Zam's in a sad corner. He's gonna fall too. So 2 men, not really accomplishing too much, not even getting the gun. As that's gonna signal an attempt at a push out at least. And High Five is in a powerful spot. He's gonna nuke Caps.
Speedy, surf back. It's fine for now. killed so many players from the side of Witness Gaming that tried to poke through all these doors. 3 different red health players, but no Uber expended, no kills collected. That's gonna be tons of room to kill this gun. It is in a pretty annoying spot, so it's gonna take a bit. You know, they're spawning it now.
Yeah, it's fine.
They got the one spawn. They got
caps up.
They got the base cannon. They're streamlining forward. They finally will use the Uber on a cap.
Oh, they used Uber caps.
Barely saved him. Soldiers are backing up, make sure they're A-okay in terms of their health. But Kev will indeed die. Gungan really weak.
Ooh, nice rocket from Quacks.
To collect that as well, but there are people dying
High-five's gonna fall. Gwendolyn and Sam are in a pistol fight right now. Gwendolyn's actually kind of like has a really good flank angle. Side's gonna fall, and they're gonna try to get the collapse. They're gonna get a collapse, and Hubda and Speedy and their scout walk away. But they're going to be able to get second off of this at least. But they're going to have to dread.
Yeah, but with no demo and no medic, they're just going back to make sure the respawners are all healthy. And High-Five with his buff is going in, finding his way on the Kev. He has enough health to live through it all, but Gwen will back up and make sure that is a trade and not just a frag collected in Darkest Knight's favor. But 1 for 1, I don't think Darkest Knight's too mad at that. I mean, they would have taken more, but they still have the Uber out of speed. Did survive the whole debacle that happened in the last push previously, as Hubda and friends are trying to build the Uber as best they can. They got a gun building up, getting level 2 soon. Not too much time left on the clock, so the side of Darkest Knights really got to go for this push if they don't want to have to go back to a mid reset and go back to the drawing board once again to figure out how to survive and win through one. But they're going through lower, side bombing in, trying to find the gun. Will immediately find it from the same spot, able to collect that frag, and Caps inside the spawn, able to reset behind just in time. Really weak on the side of Zam. They're committing. They're able to kill Hubba, so no heals. They're able to side of Witness Gaming.
Oh, but the time's doing the point.
Bringing them over. They've lost so many players though. They've lost 3 Speedy at half HP, trying to get out from the side of the right side, but will get indeed taken out from a stick from Caps.
He's gonna bomb on the point. Can they stop him?
They want to kill the scout, but not enough in the tank to clean up the remaining members. And I mean, they got people at the very beginning. They got the kill onto Hubba. They made sure that they were able to at least collect a couple frags, but the tail end of these Uber pushes from both teams, you know, sometimes they hit, but sometimes you can't fight this post. You gotta figure something out.
If you let them just post up by their spawn and just chill there, they are going to own you with like just the spawn advantage. And it's all speaking of which, Quacks is gonna, there's a bit of a fight happening in the side here as Dingo is flanking. I don't know if they know he's just gonna spam and back up, but that was almost a little sketchy. But they're gonna end up salvaging it. Who has a small ad, but I don't think it's real. I don't think they're gonna use it. Unless they're real psychopaths, but I doubt it.
Yeah, no, it's both medics died around the same time. They have a super small ad. It shouldn't be this big. It's not a. Even still, a real 20 ad, you don't use that on this mid. Like, this mid is way too big to use a 20 ad unless you walk early. Which, I mean, it goes back to the whole practice thing. How many times you practice drawing early into sultry mid?
Yeah.
You know? Especially considering this team, then you're like, oh, we'll just stalemate it out, we'll win a mid fight, and then we'll be on there half the map. Like, why do we need to take risks to get to own mid, right? We don't need to take risks to own mid. We just have to be patient. And that's they're gonna be their play now. Is Caps really weak, same could be said for Gungan. Darkest Knight still in the driver's seat despite losing control over the enemy second. Back to square one, Uber available for both teams as they're trying to poke around through Frog, but not really with the whole team. Just a little bit of a fragment. High-Five committing some damage onto the explosive classes, but not enough to collect a frag as he will indeed die. Now Witness Gaming are on the move to make a play of their own. Kev near Frog, the rest of the team around the choke area, but it's going to be Logan that actually commits in first.
Yeah, this is Logan that's going to commit in. But they're actually getting a lot of spacing. Quacks is going to go try to big bomb by some spaces. They're kind of waddling around spamming, and they get through the choke. Well, the Caps... They actually... Sai gets baited for both teams down a demo, and actually Red's the one that's going to blink first to use, but they got to be careful not to lose too many players.
Yeah, both teams in hot water, but Witness Gaming just... barely better scenario with Hubda. He got weak, but he was still able to survive. The rest of the players, even though Hubda was weak, they were finally able to make sure they were able to back up and not accidentally die to an Uber and think that they were going to get saved. And I think Witness Gaming really loves like moments where they can exchange, but that was definitely not one of them, and good on them to be able to recognize it. Now they have ad because of it. So they're rewarded for their extended patience in this attempt to try to break the stalemate. And they're trying to poke through. There's no soldier with the combo. They're getting through the flank, though, pretty easy at that. But Quacks will indeed die to a trade from Dingo, and Scout going behind over through Frog. And they're bringing back all 5 players. Zam will indeed collect the pack, but and die afterwards, shortly after. And High-Five.
Oh, there goes
kind of aggressive. Yeah, trap onto Gwen.
Nice bow.
4v4. They bought enough time for the Uber, but not really. Might be
Caps is they want to block.
Oh god, Caps. They're thinking about blocking. High-Five's trying to make some space.
Yeah. Caps is gonna call this. Yeah, they're gonna block it.
Caps a bit weak. flashes onto Logan. Respawn advantage in favor of the red team. So this is good on them for trying to fight this as long as they can end in an appropriate situation.
I think Blue realizes that they're trying to back up.
Yeah, I mean, Witness Gaming's only chance for that was to kill someone accidentally, like in between flashes, to go for some sort of flank play early, but no dice there. So back to 2 they go. But once again, they don't need to take that risk. They don't need to force mid. If they're like, hey, we'll stalemate in 50 seconds, we'll play a mid, we'll win it, we'll be on there too. Easy peasy, or at least mid. So, you know, it's a win for Darkest Nights, but is it really?
Yeah, it's a
Witness Gaming are probably fine with this.
Tactical win, strategically in favor of Witness Gaming.
Quack's aggressive.
Quax is quite aggressive, and speaking of, High Five is as well, and Logan's got to back up a bit. They're getting a decent amount of space and doing damage, and, but Dingo, they're actually trade between Dingo and Quax, so both teams down on roamer means that, you know, one less projectile, blast the spam, and, you know, kind of get these chokes all ironed out.
One last hurrah from High Five. No dice.
Yeah, I feel like this is a very hard point to sack into.
Yeah, we're looking at a reset here, and that's going to be a very happy Witness Gaming and a disgruntled Darkest Nights, as they've already made an adjustment for their mid-fights for this map, and it did not work out. It was a simple, like, mistake, I think, like, from our point of view, bird's eye. Like, when they went aggressive, they weren't all doing the same thing on the same person, so they didn't really get too much, and they lost a lot in return. But the question will be is, will they tweak that and actually go on the same people this time and run it back? Or will they do a completely different mid? We still have there's still the psychopath, like, run underneath the point with your combo type mids or whatever. There's still that technically. But now they're going back to the OG.
Caps rolled out the mid and immediately took like 50 damage sticky under his feet. Caps is
hate to see it.
Oh, okay, he's getting healed up. There's going back to the spam mids, which I don't know, actually, it looks like it's going in favor of the Darkest Nights for now, at least, although Caps is eating a bow. Caps is eating bows from the enemy medic. He's having to dodge them.
Halberdo's passive enough where he can't heal a lot of these players. Logan
Quax is just like doing Caps is just no clipping behind them somehow. Okay, Caps is behind. Yeah. He's gonna kill High. High Five gets bowed. So unfortunate for Quax. Yeah. And that's gonna be the first mid loss on the side of Witness Gaming. Yeah, the spam from Darkest Nights was deep enough to where Halberdo couldn't actually turn the corner to heal people. So you had at least 2 people, maybe 3, one of them being Logan, that were just like perpetually at half HP, couldn't do anything to pressure to help, you know, secure a frag on anyone that got weak, or anything of the sort. He goes back to try to get a health pack and meets Dingo on accident. And they're trying to go ahead and sack now. It is even Sai, but too far forward. No one's really with you, man, but they will indeed escape. Wait, no, is he safe? Is he safe? Oh, he gets
the frag.
That's he knew exactly what he was doing.
Passes the test.
Yeah, hit the pipe, pass the test. It's a full bluff now when they're ready to sack in. With Logan being a late death means that there's one less hit scan than necessarily to die the sack. Zam sniper, so they're gonna try to play off the sniper, which sniper, we'll have to see. I feel like it could be a little hard to get through the doorway to actually peek things on this map, but, you know, that first shot could be pretty huge.
Yeah, I think the first shot probably has to do a lot of the heavy lifting here, honestly. It's through lower. It could maybe get someone. You can see the sniper's feet first, though. He crouches to get the shot earlier, but will not succeed. Might have been able to clip Logan as he was moving his gun across the point, but no success there. Logan has been putting this gun on the health pack area throughout the entirety of this match, so I think they kind of have an idea of where the gun is exactly, so they can work that at least. But Dingo kind of caught, try to make room, getting dug around by all sorts of spam, and will eat a bow. Is okay for now, but still time like rung off the clock. As Witness Gaming, they're fine with things here. We're at infinite overtime in a little bit more than a minute. So, you know, if they hold this for as long as they want to, they'll be looking at another mid-fight, another mid-victory for them. And kind of turn things back after Witness Gaming lost the previous one. They have their chance been adjustment now in that regard. As it's been a bit. I think they've won a lot of the mids in a row, even when you go all the way back to last map. So we'll see how things go for them if we reach that point.
I think it might be a little caught out here. Actually, Zam.
He tried to see if, like, at a certain point, you got to go a bit deeper to see if you can get anyone if everyone's really passive. But jump through the window, able to get that frag, sniper dead, and Kev will indeed die as well. So 1 for 1 overall. But you know, it's running out of time for the side of Darkest Nights. I gotta get something going here. Gotta get this gun. Gotta get a pick, something.
I can't. Caps is just eating directs from High Five, just like walking in straight line. Caps is the ultimate tank, and I love it.
It's the final boss of
yeah,
last.
he kind of is the final boss. But,
well, sometimes he's the first boss.
Oh yeah, the first, yeah.
He's the first one.
He's like the rival, you know. You meet him at the beginning of the game and at the end of the game. But Red Team they're kind of twiddling their thumbs, and that's gonna be a pause, which if this is a tack, I don't know if it's gonna be a Witness Gaming tack, but if they can't push last, like it's gonna be infinite overtime, and that is not a good sign. You know what I mean? Because
they won the last.
They can just because Witness Gaming can just reset and go next on mid again.
Yeah, I mean, Witness Gaming did lose the last mid, so there is a chance you could be like, oh well, you know, we haven't seen Witness Gaming's ability to adjust yet when it comes to the mid fights too much because they've won so many in a row. You know, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. We don't really know quite yet, especially for this map.
Oh,
but they won a lot of them. So, how about
it gets air
he
shot.
got penciled and Dingo hits the shot. No Uber available from the side of the blue team, but only 3 left alive from the side of the Darkest Night, so they can't go in quite yet off of the frag there. But still, huge plays from Dingo to just slingshot himself in and be able to get that shot off. But ample opportunity. I think if the pause wasn't there, we might be more of an optimistic in terms of like, are they going to push last and get it? Are they not going to push last? But I don't know. Considering this might be attack, maybe.
Honestly, it'd be really funny if you just paused right as their push starts, like just to mess with them. Honestly, that could be some secret thing. Like they're literally just about to use it, and you just pause. Just
make
them think about it a bit.
Side jumping in, gets shelled with some spam, so isn't able to go really deep. That's a No Man's Bane jumping through there and getting eaten by the spam. But they get the gun, trying to lock on this left-hand side. The right side is pretty much open. High five bombs.
Someone got their shot.
Completely denied.
Logan's gonna fall, and they're getting into this one door. They're all trapped in the corner.
Cap time. They're all on top of each other though. Only 3 left alive from the side of both
getting
teams.
Focus fired down. It's 2 scouts. It's 2 scouts versus a scout and a medic. We'll see what they can do.
And they see Hubba's percentage too.
Gwendolyn, MGE champion. Can Gwendolyn actually clutch this? His head.
They are able to succeed though. And through the heels, take down Gwen. It's just a singular scout. It took him a bit. Could have been a bit more scary. But this is a Darkest Night pause.
What's with the pauses after you cap the point?
I don't know. Maybe you just want to, figure stuff out. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because last mid worked out well for them, but they can't just like, bide their time and be like, yeah, it should work out again. Like they got to be on their toes. But I think both teams do. So it's going to be pretty important this one, as it could be one of the last mids, if not the last. And it looks like we're going back to skip. Oh, they're hard countering Dingo. Dingo's doing the same thing every mid, going through Frog. He steals the pack though, he gets a trade. They know what's gonna happen, and he still comes out on top. Kevin able to use the pack to his advantage. The bomb comes in for high five. Tons of damage on the Logan.
Caps is so hurt.
Streamline forward. Caps dead. Logan down to 1 HP on a dream. He's trying to get healed by Hubba, trying to eat an arrow, but they're just dying on the back line. Is Hubba unable to really get 4 on the point to be able to collect these frags for their team? As small player advantage will cut things short as the mid abruptly ends, recognizing that Witness Gaming can no longer prosper throughout the fight. Back to 2 they go. They've got the cap through, streamlining forward with a player advantage still.
They're trying to hold on to this.
Available. They could use this Uber to buy time. Logan getting popped into the air. They got to make sure they play this if they really want to hold it. He's taking so much damage though. They're just playing really afraid. They don't want to use it to buy time for their forwards, and they're just gonna go, or their spawners, and just gonna go ahead and play it super giga safe. Back to last you go. You are definitely playing on the last holds and the mid fights here. But the sacks coming in from the side of Darkest Night's bond.
They get caps.
Gonna die. No down, but they get the 4th. It's a 3-man, and they still have a scout ling around, unable to get a second frag. But losing your demo and your Uber is gonna make it really hard to take this very swiftly. They're still gonna try. They still are threatening.
I think they just want the point at least.
They could kill Quacks here with their Uber and then threaten to back at the last end while using the Uber to block, but will not go for that play. Oh, and
they're gonna get the point. They're gonna use.
From Speedy, that's why. Yeah, he gets piped, I guess, across the map, or at least taking enough stand to try to chase him down. Gwen a bit weak. They're going over to a lot of people instead. Caps is a little bit of a alone, but now it's just a singular scout. They weren't chased until only now. Quacks getting popped up into the corner by Boiler, trying to jump around and slide. It's rocket on the Speedy will indeed die to the fall damage. The rest of Witness Gaming rolls themselves forward in through the alley area. Logan getting through the shutter is going to get bombed by the side of High Five after killing Dingo. High Five is behind now. It's going to be a thorn on their side. It is able to back cap based off the cap that they got earlier. Bringing the entire team back, gets the air shot on the cap and gets killed on the Gwen. Only 3 left alive from the side of Witness Gaming. Trying to back up through the alleyways. The scout trying to go forward and clean up on the Logan, but he's been shot in the back. Might as well have the back on from the side of Zam, as Cap is able to get the kill on the Zam, but Gungan still unstoppable right now. He's able to get through lower, beating up with his team, trying to bring back the soldier to push him away and allow Side to walk his way through. As Quacks has to jump away to make sure he's not just a floor soldier, but Dingo unable to get the jump he wanted, but still enough of the tank to be able to get the fire Uber out of the way. As Pipe, maybe, onto Side, is able to collect the frag, and the soldier is able to get the arrow time. Dingo dies as well. kill. Watch Gwen coming through the side door, trying to find high
Oh,
five.
wait, Gwen gets high five?
They're not able to really stop her. She just goes forward, gives up her life eventually, but is able to get the kill on the high five. There's only 2 scouts are available to be able to fight right now with Speedy. They have an Uber, but they don't have it yet. They only get their respawners right now as they're walking towards Frog. They are able to block it, but they're still running forward. Mind the trap set through. They're able to avoid him for now, getting on top to Cap. This Uber is available, unable to really use it. Kev, watch out. His HP is going to be fine. Arrowed up, trying to go back to last. There's no gun. They're getting on top of this Cap right now on 2.
They're trying to go really fast. Oh, they're trying to go as fast as possible. Caps isn't even full health yet.
Right now. They're through.
Caps does have sneakies on the point, and Sai's gonna bomb really fast, but they're not getting any point type quite yet. Gungan's looking at the spawn, but there's no cat time, and there's sneakies at the point. The gun's looking, going to get almost get skyboxed, but there's no kills and no cat time.
They have some control over the left spawn. They're trying to break themselves through it. Gwen does die. So much damage on the hub, but it does indeed have his Uber now. Eats a phase rocket, but Uber's just in time. Trying to find any other
Gungan's alive behind them.
players.
Nobody can damage Gungan.
He's biding some time. Oh, he almost had one shot in a Hubbard, but Hubbard does indeed have to reset. Means that Logan is unable to chase effectively to kill Sai. Same could be said for the side of Quacks. So it's going to allow them to at least escape out to 2. Do have an ad to work with, and even though that they don't have Gungan, their soldiers are arrived now through Boiler. So it's going to be really hard for the side of Witness Game to push this. They're trying to, they're kind of showing face, but I think they recognize that once again, they don't need to take a risk here. As long as they're confident, they're able to kind of reset something with their mids. Oh, what? He did lag out. Oh,
yeah,
that's not going to be
unfortunate.
Good. 85%. They're pushing early. They didn't pause for him. They could have paused for him to see him get in, but I guess it doesn't matter because he's dead anyway. Maybe it's just a small lag out, but they're in early. They have this Uber available to have the pause will finally come through as I guess they didn't realize.
I guess that means they don't push last. Because it's a minute and a half in the future, right? I don't think the last fight lasts that long.
I guess they asked Kev. I guess it took forever because they asked Kev like, where are they, and he never responded. And they're like, Kev,
well, yeah,
Kev, and then so he full on crashed.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be difficult. He would be alive right now to help spam them, and it would be they wouldn't be able to milk the way they are right now. They would have to pop through one of the doors probably.
I'm kind of struggling to figure out how does Red I don't think they cap here because the fact that they paused in the future. So how do they beat this? Like Caps is half health. There's a gun that's watching nothing. Like they're all in the corner.
If this is a pause in the future for Kev crashing, then did he crash a second time? Maybe he like froze. Maybe he froze once, and like was there. Like he said, "Oh, I froze, whatever," and then later he crashed. Like it was a sign of his PC dying or something to freeze, and then it was a full-on crash.
Yeah, well,
because when he was standing still, he didn't exit the server.
Yeah, he was just like staring at the wall.
So it was probably something miniature, and then later on it was something bigger or something. But this push, I mean, it's possible they win it because winning
it's
this
infinite overtime though.
With them winning this would tie the game. They're behind.
Oh,
right.
I totally forgot about that.
The fact they get to milk this means that they should have a pretty good.
It should be a win, but it's this map's last, so who knows?
I mean, if they fail execution, then it's possible. The thing that is the bane for a lot of these teams that try to push into social last is it's really difficult to actually take over one side of the map and then successfully punish the other side in a coordinated fashion. But with this, they can take left for free and then maybe have something on the tank still to try to get towards right in a timely fashion, or vice versa, because there's less of a flank presence. With Kev dead, there's very little from making high five or Zam hesitate from going in early because they know that Logan is like,
they unpause and let him back in.
Yeah, he's on the gun. Quacks is far back. Yeah, pause and repause. I feel like this is the best you're gonna get when it comes to like a last push that's not just like free.
Yeah, this is like, there's no excuse for failing this one, in my opinion.
If they don't take this, then they screwed up somewhere hard.
Yeah, like someone just like kill binded or beefed or something.
Like, oh no, you dropped your scout capping the point, or like, oh, someone got air shot, or like, oh, someone didn't do their job, or like.
Is this gun's sole purpose to just kill people trying to like bomb the spawn? Because people keep bombing this Darkest Nights are bombing the spawn really aggressively at the start of like at these Ubers. Is this gun just to troll that? Like, because I mean, you can see through the thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what this gun does.
I mean, the only thing it's really going to be able to see is people that actually get close to the spawns. So, I mean, any scout that's trying to tease the point or anything isn't going to get shot at. Same could be said for demos because they don't get alpha forward. So it's pretty much for soldiers that go airborne or they land near spawn.
Sai is landing in the enemy spawn, so maybe it's the troll Sai.
Well, he'll be Ubered still, probably.
Yeah.
So he'll
Well,
be fine.
well, if he doesn't like know the gun's there, by the time he turns around, it might shoot him.
That's true. The gun by Logan has been on the pill bottle every single time up until now, I think, or maybe a time or two like exception.
Yeah, we will see. I do like the happy engineer. look at that big old smile.
It's a good hat.
That is a good hat. I like it. It's very I like that it's cubes. There's not that many cubicle hats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
We're unpaused. We're going straight in.
Okay, they are going to use it.
Getting the gun immediately. Quack's is a bit weak. They brought him over to try to block the cap. Doesn't he die?
Yeah, that's an immediate cap.
Yep. Flank got in early because Kev was not there to thwart them. They were able to corral and keep Witness Gaming at bay much easier than you normally would. So that technically you could win the last push there even with Kev alive, but certainly the crash made it a bit easier. So gonna tie up the game 2-2 as we go down to a maybe final mid, maybe not if there's a reset, but Witness Gaming are winning the first couple mids. Now Darkest Nights are, and both teams are going to try to make sure they have a foothold over it. So we'll see what happens as, Dingo. We'll see if he goes behind again. He is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And he's once again going into the enemy team Frog.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they want to go behind. Dingo is getting a good amount of spam, but both teams are kind of sitting a little sad. But Logan's going to be first to fall. Quax is going to go into the... Oh, they don't know it. He's so hurt. Speedy's 30 HP. Can they get the...
Dingo,
yep,
cutting him off.
Dingo's in.
No one was near choke, and no one was at the caboose to make sure that he was spotted. Just finds the opening, and Hubba will indeed die. No Uber available, no heal available. Caps has to scurry away outside of Boiler, make sure they're A-okay out on 2, and even still, the entire team of Darkest Nights is up and available. They have mid-cap, they're out on 2. 2 is free. I mean, they have this Uber... Oh, wait, no, never mind. My HUD's broken. I was going to say they have this Uber available because I saw it at 81%, so hey, that's not right. I just saw him die.
Sai's been on the... Oh yeah, there's the...
This is the pause, so it didn't really matter. He was respawning anyway at last.
Sai's been on the paint train like the past, I think the entire night, by the way. Maybe not on process, but like the past 2 matches he's been on paint train
considering
full time.
This last, I don't blame him, but they're going in. Uber through lower, on
gun, this is good cap time.
They bring over Quacks, no real damage on him. They're finally able to put the pedal to the metal and get some damage onto the soldier. There's so much cap time. They're bringing him over. There's no reinforcement here to really block them from just standing on top of the point. Cap's trying to streamline forward. He's really weak. Might get cleaned up by some sticky damage. Is going to be
Sai's in the enemy
side to side, but he's so far in. Will indeed die to the pistol from Gwen. They're on top of the point, but they're a little bit weak. Gwen has to get healed up. 2v3, and Speedy will be the final one to fall for the side of Darkest Nights as, they lost a couple people, but Witness Gaming pretty happy keeping their medic alive. They're able to immediately get some cap time out here onto 2 without, being afraid of any sort of back cap despite the cap time. And it's going to be ad for them to try to push into mid as well. They blocked 2 forward spawns, so they're not really going to be able to put up too much of a fight unless this sniper from Zam is going to put a thorn on their side. They did check with Spy, though. They checked with Spy. They rolled out and noticed
Really?
Sniper.
Wow, that's actually really heads up.
I just saw a flash of Spy on the blue HUD, so.
Probably Logan. Logan seems to be very heads up with that kind of thing.
They go the anti-sniper door, and they pop immediately off of this knowledge, but they don't find anyone.
Oh, they're gonna get
They find Gungan. Nice fight.
Gungan actually gets rolled by Caps.
So it's going to be a bit of a leapfrog scenario. They get the 1. There's some room to move. They have Logan capping. They're trying to get some extra spam, maybe find a way to do some
they're
sort of
actually they're just sacking. They're making, look how much space they have. They're actually gonna get a player off that. They're gonna trade Gwendolyn out. But there's somewhere. Quax is in. He gets him, and he's still in there.
Kev is
and both soldiers in. Both soldiers are on Speedy. Can they get Speedy?
Still alive for now. He's just surfing around. There's only 2 left alive.
Oh, High Five staying alive way longer than he should. Actually, they're gonna.
It's just happening. They've tried so hard to kill Speedy. They had 2 separate soldiers on him. He was walking around up and down the ramp over the rock. I could have sworn that he was a dead medic walking, but I don't know.
There was a lot of players who should have died and did not.
They definitely changed their target selection here. I mean, there's something to be said about the fact that, like, if you go backline, you have to kill backline, because that means you're not helping your front line. Your front line can't help you. And Sai just killed himself trying to forward spawn. He just killed himself trying to forward spawn. So no download available for this Uber push, but it's still an Uber push. I mean, they might show themselves a little bit, but Logan's already on Engineer. They have a player down as well, so it's not even a player at it, it's just you have a little bit more spam than they do. So it allows them to stay in alley a bit. They know they're not gonna get demo bombed or anything like that. So they get to be greedy about it, but that's about it. It doesn't really amount to too much. This Uber is still available.
Sai's in the forward still, just like swing his paid train.
40% in dwindling.
Sai's still oh, okay. He's trying to change his weapon or something. I don't know.
Oh, he changed his loadout.
He was like, he was looking in the forwards, like, and he was like trying to. He was struggling.
Free man, but Hubba doesn't spawn. So
That's
I
a good.
think they pretty
You know,
much...
they can't kill you if you're just not healing people in this one. That's a good. That's actually I like that one.
Yeah, but once again, they're by boiler. They can threaten through the shutter to kill anyone in shutter if they really want to. But they don't really have too much in the tank. They didn't really get too much good damage from side to side to soften them up and slow them down. Or from the sack as well to make them want to resup and air up or anything like that. So free second for Witness Gaming back here on their own too, and even game, but with Cozy in the driver's seat trying to break this stalemate. Logan's still on Engineer. He's bringing his gun up to 2. I don't know where he's going to plop it down, but it's going to be here. Halberd actually took a lot of damage, has to back up, eat the pack, so unhealed players for Reese a little bit from the front lines. They're trying to bomb in, the gun's getting blown up, it's only level 1.
This
Dingo
is so
gets
smart.
some damage, but not quite enough to collect the
Engineer
frag.
Gaming.
Red health players all over the place for the side of Witness Gaming.
Logan
but,
is going to be an actual just like menace to
he has
deal
crits,
with.
that's why.
Yeah, he is
has
the base
crits.
cannon. Like this is. Look at him go.
Yeah, knocks backside, not tons and tons of damage, but enough to shoo him away, but will not collect a frag, and High Five is telling him to get off NG.
The way he frees. Get off NG, man. I can hear that. I can hear that in his voice too. Like I'm sure you can too. Just the high five, like, get off NG, man.
Quack's counter sack gets the rocket on a speedy, dropped to 40-ish HP, but not quite enough for the force. So that's a little
Logan
bit of a
got
late
off
sack.
NG.
Yeah, I guess he used most of its crits, so he's like,
Yeah.
screw it, I'll just go back to scout for mobility. But High Five trying to go in, trying to go behind, will immediately meet Logan, so eats the pack, still has to duel. Be mindful, Quack's behind it. His Uber exchange goes off. They lose High Five behind because Logan went back plus the
Gungan
respawner,
gets
and they lose
oh,
Dingo
they're
as well.
losing everyone.
Gungan tries to go behind to clean up and salvage off the damage that High Five did, but will not really find too much as he immediately dies as well. So they try to go for a super chaotic play to kind of catch them off guard, but it only ends with 3 dead on their team and no kills collected. So they just trade and give up mids, and now Witness Gaming are going to be in a pretty good spot. They don't log out any of these spawns. They're able to get them all, and they're here on 2, but it's going to be a bit, got to build up the Uber, and then we'll see Witness Gaming go and see if they can have their turn at trying to break the mid to second stalemate.
Yeah, it is pretty tough to sack into, but I like that both teams are. I feel like both teams are getting fed up. It's like, you know, it's getting late. People probably have work. People may be a little cranky. It's like, all right, let's just 3-man.
Fatigue sets in.
Yeah, the fatigue sets in. It's like, all right,
Your judgment.
yeah, it's like, let's 3-man, let's 4-man. You know, something's got to shake loose eventually for one of us.
Yep, but Uber's getting built up to finally reach it for both these teams, so Witness Game will be on the move eventually. I mean, it's not like they... For now, there's no reason to play super duper passive, because the mid reset actually doesn't really get you that much more than you have right now, so... See him on the move soon, Kev bombing in, trying to find a target. Doesn't really commit too far. They know that Speedy is not necessarily around these people that are on top of the point perpetually, so might find an opportunity to maybe kill High Five or Psy or something if the timing is right, but line the lock and load might be very dangerous. How about trying to juke
there goes
and
High
dodge,
Five.
but overall a trade in soldiers within the fog areas.
Dingo's gonna be a little
They're going
careful. He's
through
taking a lot of damage.
Yeah,
Alright, they're
lots
actually
lock
just
and
kind of
load.
shooting through choke, but oh, there's so many people in the low ground. Dingo's gonna just barely surf his way to safety. But Blue took a lot of damage in the meantime, and they're still in, they're still committing.
Yeah, they recognize that Speedy's playing passive
Someone
enough
just
that
got air shot.
Psy can't get healed that much and tank that much, so we can't stop them from running through the choke without a soldier bombing and then giving up the life for it. And considering there was a frog trade, they're less afraid of a soldier bomb. If they see High Five and they or they see Dingo, whichever one survives, they know what the threat level is. So they take a bit of a risk, walk forward through the choke to try to get something, but will not find too much as they pushed him back and did some decent damage, but not quite enough to find an opportunity. Kev once again bombing in to try to create space, putting the damage on his side. He's getting a bit closer, I think, to Speed now, recognizing that he could be a soft target, but Kev unable to find his way out there, and Quacks is out of there as well. Dingo on the move in Boiler.
Yeah, Dingo's on the move.
Look for an opportunity.
Gotta see if I think he's just kind of spamming, trying to set something up for High Five. High Five's also spamming. Caps is eating so much damage. That might just be the play. Like, hey, let's just shoot Caps. And
He's getting healed, but at least.
yeah.
But
Caps getting healed. Possible.
Yeah, I guess they wanted one of the soldiers to do it. Both of them couldn't find an opportunity to get in at a good point with the doors they chose. So it's going back to Holden 2 and Witness Gaming. They got like one more chance to really go for sacks, considering it's the pace at which they do their sacks. They don't do them very quick, so this is probably not enough time for them to do multiple at the pace
Kev's
they're
on
playing.
Sniper.
Okay, they have even less time. I mean, he's got to get some.
This is a
fast.
long angle though. If they can get some
get
space for
nuked.
Kev, he can get duked. But it depends. Also, I hear a lock. Oh, is that Sign the lock and load?
Yeah, size on lock and load, just straight.
Honestly,
into the choke.
that's a good idea. Honestly, because you can see them and the angle's so long.
The elevation makes it not that bad.
Yeah.
You can get pretty deep.
Also,
so
the extra range.
understandable.
You can shoot them from like a mile away.
Kev in Frog. He was
Yeah.
kind of far forward, decides to rotate out. This is killing a lot of time.
This is killing a lot of time.
Considering how the mids have been, I don't think now that Darkest Knights are in the lead when it comes to playing these mids, I don't think they're too mad about this. But Kev's saying, screw it, going for hero play. This isn't working. I'm not going to be able to do this, and will just give up his life. So, gonna go for different pastures. Yep, no counters. They are fine with the reset. They do not want to counter and then leave an opening where like, oh, their roamer's dead. Let's go through boiler and go behind his lobby or anything like that. The classic Balin situation where
like
soldiers refuse to get out of forward spawn.
But this game might be too afraid to lose that they kind of stop playing the game a little.
They are a bit of a slower team, but that could be a factor here, depending. I mean, you know, never know how things progress when you're to BO3, how your mental changes. But they're taking more
10 seconds left. They gotta get some
really want to go for this. They do not want to fight another mid. They want it now, and they want it here. Caps
they're just
really
running away. No, they're not. They're just running away.
Speedy did get forced, though. That's why they're running away. Killing 3, though? I mean, there's no cap time. There's just going to be a stalemate. The fight, I mean, something happened. And it was probably going to be in Darkest Knight's favor as they got 3 for the Uber. But you gotta get cap time if you want to, you know, extend that and not go to another mid. So considering Witness Gaming forcing the issue there, they're probably not too happy about the mids. They might not have a solution yet in their mind to try to take the mids back under the grasp. While the lack of counter stacks definitely showed that Darkest Knights are a-okay with this, but we'll see what happens. As,
okay, Caps actually didn't like immediately eat like a 50 damage. Oh, no, never mind. Caps is again.
Yeah, he's
Caps is so
he's eating arrows. He's got his arrows. Kev trying to. Kev pre-fires Dingo. Dingo has done the same bomb every single mid. We've played like 6-7 mids. He's done the same one every time. Now they finally are able to hard counter him. Kev with the pre-fire on his enemy location.
This.
That ends it. They're finally figuring
something out. Caps is bombing in.
He just bombs in and kills
but they get Humana.
They
get side. Well. Everyone's dying.
No
High fives behind.
They've lost so many people though.
High fives going
on
for
a
this
3K. He killed 3 of them there. They went so deep and so far forward, they didn't have the discipline to make themselves safe. And now Dingo gets a 4th from the soldiers. Kev unable to participate in this fight. Logan's gonna die. What started out so good, I mean, just ended miserably. Like
what happened?
It's a singular player that got a 3K. He gets 1, okay, try to shoot him. Oh, he gets 2, okay, at least a 3rd guy can shoot him. Nope, 3rd one dies as well. That is going to be a thorn in Witness Gaming side as Cozy.
They're trying to refight mid. This is just mid fight too, except they're down Logan, but they got okay.
Nice
if they can get Dingo
behind again. They hard to counter him again. Quacks is just waiting there. They get the arrow on the cap, no domain available.
They're gonna get high five.
Too deep. They get the cap though. Now the fight is going to be in their favor if Witness Gaming takes this 4v4. You've got to be mindful of the respawners. But yeah, I think they recognize that, especially with no domain, they are not going to try to test fate there. So. Back to a stalemate we go. I don't think this ad is, I mean, it's nothing to really.
At some point, somebody has to win, right?
Surely. Surely someone wins at some point.
Somebody has to go to work at some point.
Yeah, surely. We'll see a pause and a substitute and get one of the 3M puggers to substitute in.
Andy, quick, get it. High five's literally just.
Like one of the
High five's just meleeing the point with the spoon. Okay, he's getting buffed. Right, well,
Biden's time.
Yeah, Biden gets time waiting to see when they actually, you know, gonna go in. Actually, they're gonna be 2 behind. That actually is I don't think we've really seen that before.
Now you gotta bring 2 back.
Yeah, Witness Gaming is in a bit of a pickle here as they do have players to shoot on both sides. Gungan is just in, and I don't blame him. Like they have a lot of the players behind are causing a lot of issues.
Soldier dueling Frog. High five gonna lose it maybe. No escapes. Quack's trying to chase a bit. Will not succeed. Dingo and Zam both extremely weak. Dingo will indeed die.
One.
Yeah, they got the 1. Zam's still behind, needs to make sure he lives for as long as possible, so it's not a 2-person advantage they're working off of here. The fact that he's drawing back 2, will indeed die finally, means that this poking around choke is still 4v4. So there's some room for the Dark Knights for a couple seconds.
To get in now.
Yeah, now they're
Kev's in. Oh, Kev's in and he might do Gungan. Kev gets bowed, huge bow. He's got to be worried about the respawners. They're all turning to chase Kev, but that just lets him get in the door faster.
Waxed in, Speedy. It's fine for now, a bit weak. Have to be a bit passive. They're gonna let them in, but they're hightailing out of there. Yeah, 65 HP. High five at 8. Still alive, and no soldiers. That's gonna be really hard to actually prevent them from just walking straight in. It's either gonna be a full-on exchange or nothing. And they're seeing as they're holding the point, they're probably trying to look for a full-on exchange. Maybe
this could be a disaster. They're going to exchange.
Yeah,
but what is Speedy going to use? Speedy is going to use, but they're flashing many more players, and Speedy's milking the super quite well.
They can high five, which is something. They got to get some sort of kill here. They've survived for now. They've left them on a wild goose chase. Finally able to kill Logan. Much more than that. Cap's completely a bit alone, but they're
Zam is just perfectly alive. He's 1 HP.
He's 1 HP in the dream. Doesn't he finally die? But this Uber from the side of the Darkest Night, I feel like they should have saw that coming.
He gets bowed.
Yeah, they should have seen that coming from a mile away, but not only did they not get to milk that hard, but they don't really get any kills with the better Uber.
Caps is
They have no
bombing
scout
forward.
speed to actually run out effectively. They have to make sure they keep Speedy alive at all costs. He's trying to dodge as fast as he can. Eats a roller, still alive. 50 AP, eats the pack, but Witness Gaming, throughout it all, that Uber exchange, I feel like that was kind of like, they showed their hand and it didn't matter. They still won despite showing their hand, but they're trying to dry early, Darkest Knights. They want back into mid.
They do want back into mid and want to see how, because Dingo's going behind again, but this time they are prepared for him. They're going to get Dingo down
They're
immediately.
hard countering so hard.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything different.
Quax is nuking Psy. Psy's so hurt, they're going to get Psy. It's a collapse. They're going to get Zam. They're going to have to back up and high five my fault too. They're going to have a nice moment. Speedy gets air, like head rocketed and
The
he's
roller,
going to fall.
he dies to
It's
a
a
roller at
disaster.
96.
This might be it. 96%.
You know, Witness Gaming is really starting to learn now. They've figured out the tendencies of individual players. They've just put Dingo in a prison cell for the past 10 minutes. He's unable to really do anything for his team too much. As they're just going straight into lap. There's no buff. There's no gun. There's just a heavy who immediately dies to Caps bombing in.
Psy's on the wrong side of the map.
Trying to block this point, but it's not quite enough. There's so much cap time. It will convert. Witness Gaming take the game. They take the BO3 series 3-2, 2-1 in maps.
2-1 in maps to the nail biter on all 3 maps. Overall, very solidly played series, and definitely took us the distance both in time and in rounds played.
Yep, and we definitely saw a lot of adjustment here from both these teams from the very beginning all the way to the very end about learning about, like, you know, what do we need to change? How do we need to play the mid fights? You know, what's working? Well, you know, what isn't? It took a bit for some things to develop and some things didn't change at all. But at the end of the day, Witness Gaming comes out on top just barely. And, well, not too much on Process. Process was fine. But just barely on the other maps. And take the game, so they'll be moving on into the upper bracket of uppers. And are going to face the winner of Froyotech versus Global Gunfire, which I'm sure is over, but no, obviously we're not.
Yeah,
keeping track
there's
of it.
no way, right?
Surely it's over.
I'm on logs.tf. Yeah, let me go look up Bane.
Alright, yeah. So spoilers incoming if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
yeah. So the loser will face the losers.
Prediction? Anyone win the prediction?
Good question. I mean,
Alfredo Dan. All right, Alfredo
the scores have
Dan.
been relatively the same, so I guess there's a trend happening here. With,
There is a trend.
Not going to 5 in close games.
Whatever team wins gets 3 rounds. That seems to be the magic number.
In a way, I guess that makes it even more exciting for playoffs in particular. I guess there's some more refining to do. It might change some things when it comes to everyone's map pool and stuff like that. But if they're this close in regular season, I hope they're this close that they play each other in
Definitely excited for playoffs.
playoffs. But
Alright, well,
still got a long ways away. Still got a lot of stage 2 left to play. There will be, I think because it's stage 2 and it's not like matches that can get rescheduled, it means that stage 2 like the rest of the stage 2 games happen really quickly. Like we could be in a situation where there's a cast literally tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because teams within 2 hours are going to be figuring out like, all right, when do we play our next match? Because we can only reschedule it so far. So you probably, I mean, maybe there's a small chance that it's like, oh no, rescheduled to Tuesday. I highly doubt it though, because there's even matches that would need to get played on Tuesday, I think. So we're gonna see match after match after match after match, most likely. So things are picking up.
Things are picking up. I checked all 3 logs, and Caps is going either like just barely damage positive in all 3 logs. He's playing tank demo to the maximum. It's a very effective strategy. They did end up winning off of it.
Just soaking it up.
Yeah.
If it works, it works.
If they all shoot me and I don't die, that's good. Well, it's pretty late. I guess I want to do.
It's time.
Time for
it's
wrap
time for
up.
all parties involved to wrap up. The viewers, the gamers, us press production. So I think that's probably going to be it for us. Next cast pending. Any final shoutouts before we go ahead and close things out?
Shout out to Sultry Map 3. Love to see it.
True, Sultry Map 3 was a pretty good one. I feel like Sultry has the highest potential to be a total wild card in terms of like time spent.
Yeah,
pretty much. And then even if you're a really good Sultry team, then maybe you finally see some round conversions and stuff like that in a faster pace. But it was definitely between the teams and not the map's fault or anything this time around. As that was every single map was pretty dang close.
We do have team merch. Dolphin quickly showed the team merch, and we do got merch. Go check it out. It's good.
True. I got the team-based merch for teams that are playing in Highlander 6s that have opted into it, and as well as the normal merch that's available on the shop. So if get you interested at all, go ahead and check it out. It's for the most part seasonal, so it's on a timer. Still got some time left, but not infinite. So make sure you take advantage of the opportunity while you can.
Yep. I guess on that note, anything else?
Shout out to all the viewers for hanging out with us past midnight for EST and Central, and not too far away for Pacific, for North America, and obviously the players for playing it out. Was definitely a very long match, and probably a relief to get over with in a way, so you can move on and go next. But I think that's gonna be it for us. Like I said, match pending. Might be tomorrow. Might be really early next week. The teams have to schedule it pretty much as we speak of what the timing was, because they didn't know who their opponent was going to be per se. So we'll see how that goes, and keep your eyes peeled in the next couple of days to see where things land. But for tonight, after all is said and done within these 3 maps, that'll be it for us. I've been Jarrett, casting the Space Ghost with Dolphin on production. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.